What is up, my man? Hope you're doing well today. I hope you made the right decision giving me a microphone on a Saturday. But it is what it is. Hope people are ready to come up and talk. Now's the time. No warm up, no prep, no like, hey, this is what we're talking about. Just throw Mike out there cold, no problem. Just get the clown to show up. I get you. Let's see how it is, man. No love. That's what I get. Let's see what we can anger today. How about that? People are gonna hate me. Oh, I didn't get dressed for nothing. Look at those handsome smiles. Good evening. Nice to meet you, Elise. Hope you come on up.
BowmanDigitalMedia.com. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Speed Networking with Mike and Ira. It's Saturday, and we are here to have some fun with you all. We got people in the audience already. Of course, we do. More people joining, I'm sure, by the minute. What is Speed Networking? Speed Networking is this. It's our opportunity to give you some visibility. What does that mean exactly? Here's what it means. We have a lot of followers, Mike. We're on LinkedIn. We're on YouTube.
I don't know why.
Yeah, we're live. So here's what we're going to do.
No, I said I don't know why.
I don't know why. Well, it's because you're good looking and you're going to show your boobs. No.
Oh, you really want me to do that? Oh,
I really don't.
I say we're getting this going early.
I really don't. My wife is like, what are you talking about, boobs?
Dude,
anyways,
you're going to get in trouble with these shows, man. First the back whacking.
Fine. Look, if you all don't know, I got dad jokes for days. They're not always funny.
They're never funny.
They're never funny. But that's what I got. If you cut me open, you're going to find two things in spades, coffee and dad jokes. That's what I got. So Mike is, he's 6'5" and handsome. I'm 5'8", bald, big old buck teeth, but a whole lot of warped humor to go around. So what are we doing today, Mike? What we're going to do is we're going to do a couple things. I want to talk about Neil Patel. I really like Neil Patel. I think you do too. I respect most of what he puts out is really like right on the money. But today I got an email from Neil Patel. I made a post about it. If you're not familiar with this, guys, go check out my latest post.
He's gonna hate you.
I don't care if he hates me or not. I mean, he won't hate me because I'm talking about him. I'm sharing his links. He's going to love me.
Oh, yeah.
And honestly, I follow a lot of his advice. If people wonder, like, he's one of the sources I go to for SEO help. He is a smart guy. But here's the thing.
What's the
thing? Every once in a while, people say stuff. It doesn't make sense. It makes you go like, huh, why would they say that? Now,
I don't know about that. Everything I say makes sense.
Sometimes. You say go Bears, and I go, I don't know about that. Anyways, here we go.
50-50 ain't bad.
Neil said in his email today, it wasn't a post, it was an email with a link to a video. But in his email, he said that organic reach is dead, and it's not true. We approve it day in and day out. That's part of what this whole show is about. That's why I want to talk about it. So guests, we invite you. There's no fee. There's no appearance fee. You know what I mean? You don't have to send me a check on the sly on the down low. There's nothing like that. This is free. It's an opportunity. It's a platform for you to reach a larger audience. But if you want to grow even more, really and I was just having this conversation, and I'm not going to share a name, but I was having a conversation with somebody in the DMs about an hour ago. Okay. And they said, Ira, I'm trying to do the things that you're saying, but I'm not getting any results. In fact, it seems like a waste of time because I've been doing it for a long time and I'm not getting anything back. Well, here's what I will say. If you to be successful at organic reach, it's not just one thing. You've got to do a couple things and you've got to do them in tandem. Okay. The first thing you have to understand is some content is algorithm friendly and some content isn't. So your content method makes a difference. Okay. But also beyond that, also what information you're sharing in your content. If I had somebody, he was trying to gaslight me about 3 weeks ago, right? He came into a post and he made a really stupid comment about my job search post didn't fit on LinkedIn. That crap should be on Facebook. That's what he said verbatim. And I'm like, really? So you don't think people come to LinkedIn to get help finding a job? That's interesting since that's what the whole freaking platform was built around. But anyways, he was trying to gaslight me. Okay. So I went to I was just curious because he had 8,000 followers. I was like, wow. So
It doesn't take much to get some followers.
I went to his profile though, and I said, okay, so what does this guy got going on with 8,000 profiles? Every single one of his posts in 2021, okay, all of them were basically commercials for his product that he was trying to sell. This is a salesman now. He's in sales. So he's
every single one?
Every single one. Do you know that his whole I'm tempted to bring up his profile now because he tried to gaslight me several times in this post. I mean, he was just being obnoxious.
Rude. Second of all, we would never stop.
Yeah. There's
so many of them. It's toxic.
So, anyways, here's what's funny. Here's what's funny though, Mike. I looked at his post content and I was trying to give him some friendly advice. I said, look, the reason why you're so angry, I can tell, is because your posts don't get any traction. He got 2 likes the whole year, no comments, 2 likes in all his posts in 2021.
Well, you know what the problem is, right? To break it down simple, stupid style.
Yeah,
content's like underwear. You got to change it every once in a while.
Yeah, well, hang on a second. This is the problem. Most people, when they're putting out content, are putting out what they want to put out, only thinking about themselves and their objectives.
Yeah, what your objective is.
The whole problem with most people's mindset on social media is they want to be a celebrity and they don't want to deal with anybody else and they don't want to help anybody else. They don't believe in win-win networking, Mike. That's what we're trying to teach people.
It drives me nuts.
So my advice to you all
these people are smarter than I am, Ira. They got PhD.
I know. They're so smart, they're dumb. Here's the thing, guys.
They got marketing. I look at their activity feed, it makes me fall asleep. It's the only thing that puts me out nowadays.
But if you want organic reach, it's there for the taking. It's 100% there for the taking. And I don't care if we're talking about Twitter or Instagram. Everybody's wondering how I built my Instagram following. It's really not that hard. Put out good content, use relevant hashtags, engage with other people. Yeah, I'm proof that you don't have to be, good looking or female or seductive or funny or talented or any of those things. You don't have to be any of those things. You know what you do need to do?
You're killing me though.
You need to know how algorithms work. You do need to do a little bit of homework on that. What is an algorithm? It's basically the control of the website. It's formulas that the website uses to dictate who sees what, right? And so certain content on certain platforms is algorithm friendly and it's going to get promoted more. And certain content is not algorithm friendly and it's going to get suppressed. So learn what suppresses your posts if you want more engagement and do it that way. Okay. So here's the thing though. Let me just wrap this up because I'm so fired up and then we could talk ad nauseum about it. But here's the thing. You need algorithm friendly. You need to give, like people use the expression karma, which is not my favorite thing because it's actually an actual thing that I don't believe in. But I do believe in something very similar called reaping what you sow, right? So it's the same basic principle. And I think most people use those interchangeably. They're not talking about karma in a spiritual sense. They're talking about be good to others and they'll be good back, right? Reap what you sow. That's how I say it. Okay. The other thing that you need is you need to invest your time and efforts in people like Mike O'Connor and Ira Bowman. What do I mean by that? I mean, not everybody is going to return the favor, Mike. So some people have this expression, which I actually don't like. It's called find your tribe. I'm not into tribes, but I understand what they mean. They mean find your team, right? There are people that if you could go and make a comment on every single one of their posts, they would never come and visit your post, not ever. Okay, like
never.
I'm not going to look. The guy's a celebrity. He's famous. He's really good at what he does. But Gary Vaynerchuk is an example of that for me. I've made 1,000 comments on Gary Vaynerchuk's posts over the years. He's never once come to any of my posts to make a return the favor comment. I kind of understand it, right? Where he is in the stratosphere he is, but it's actually kind of stupid too, because if he would actually go through his feed, he would realize I have a larger audience than most of his audience. So I'm the kind of guy that he should help prop up. And if he did, I would play ball with him even more. It would be a win-win thing, but he hasn't figured that out. So it is what it is. Some people are just celebrities.
You,
Other
what kind
people
of coffee did you have today? Like
uh,
whatever
a
you drink
lot,
today, just keep drinking this because I
a
like
lot.
this.
But
I like
here's what
this
it is.
directing. I can't always be the direct guy.
Let me give you another example. Okay,
Hey
Tina
kids, is
Oliver.
that what it is? The 8 kids got you going today, huh?
I got to pay bills. I need to earn some money. Here we go.
Oh, gotcha.
Here we go.
Whatever it is, I like
But
it.
look,
Like,
Tina Oliver, she's in the comments right now. Okay. I guarantee you, every time she makes a post, I'm going to go comment in her post every single time. She makes more comments on everybody's posts than she makes posts.
she
She's
got me yesterday. Did you know that? She had me apologize. I had to send her a apology. She's like, I was just rubbing you. I'm like, oh
look,
man.
but here's the thing though. She's the kind of person that if you want somebody to support you, you go support her. She will play back. There are people that they'll do it every once in a while, and you and I both have these
She's
kind
not
of.
on my list of favorite people this weekend. She got me pretty bad.
Well, it's good. I love it. But you guys hear what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like you could invest in some people, and they're not going to ever return the favor. So what you got to do is kind of figure that out. You're going to make a comment, they're not going to respond or acknowledge you. You can do it a couple times to see maybe if it was a fluke, but after a while, you go, hey, these people are not my team. Like you got to have an inner core.
Well,
I can tell you.
it's
I
not
can tell you
worth
off the
trying to
bat.
figure out the reason either, because you'll
I
drive
can tell you
yourself
off the
nuts.
bat. I've got some like Coach V, for example. Right? She's always going to support me. I'm always going to support her. Brad Emery, Grant McKenna, all these people. Like I said, and go up and down SPN's roster list. There's a hint for y'all, right? you want to find win-win people, go jump over on serviceprofessionalsnetwork.com and see who's there, and you can kind of figure out these are the people that have that teammate mentality. Here's another one, Mariella. Oh my God, I would do anything for her.
Now she supports me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, everywhere. I mean,
So this is what I'm saying. Neil, you're wrong because you don't have to pay for organic reach. But for all of you who are saying, I've done this thing and it doesn't work, what I'm saying is you're not doing one of these things or probably multiple of these things in tandem. You've got to do all three. If you really want to grow, you've got to do all three. You've got to create algorithm friendly content. You have to give more than you get. You have to invest in people, but not just invest in them. You have to find the people that are willing to play ball with you. We call it ping pong, Mike. We hit the ball back over the net.
you had to keep it simple for me, guys.
They comment, we comment, they comment, we comment, they comment, we comment. And it's not, again, to your point, it's not just like the pod responses, which my biggest problem with pods is the uninspired, unoriginal. It's the same stupid comment every time when you're in a pod. If you don't know a pod is good, just stay away from them. The problem with pods are you get 10 strangers who don't know each other. They don't like each other. They're never going to know each other because all they're doing is you comment on my post and I'll comment on your post, but I'm not interested in what you do. I'm not going to take the time to learn what you do. We're not really going to be friends. That's what makes a pod. And that's what I don't like about the pod. Will you see an immediate return on investment in a pod? Yep, for about 2 weeks. Then everything after 2 weeks is a waste of your time. So if you want to jump in a pod for 2 weeks, I guess.
Well, here's the thing, right? With that mentality, right? Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, great post, Bob. Great post, Cindy.
Can I answer this real quick?
Great post, right?" Whereas Ira and I, we have an interesting conversation. Sometimes we give really good information. Sometimes we make fun of each other. Sometimes people make fun of me, and I send them apology letters, like Tina, But I mean, the point is, if it's interesting, educational, or somewhat entertaining or different in some way, people will keep coming back, and that's how you grow. It's not like just making dumb comments.
Let's say that louder for the kids in the back. Another huge point. Now, remember, I said the content you create, super important. The content that I'm talking about, most of you guys are so obtuse, you can't figure it out. And I've got to just, we're going to be, we're going to be sharing the game all day, baby. Even win or lose, I will share. How are you live, Ira, when the Raiders are playing? You want to know why I'm live, Chris? I left it up for a reason. I'm live because this is my livelihood and football is entertaining to me, but it's not my livelihood. So, I help people increase their visibility online for a living. That's what I do.
All right, how many hours a day do you think the two of us work on average? If you combined us on a
I
week?
don't want to admit it because I get yelled at all the time for working.
I don't want to admit it either.
Yeah.
People
But-
don't realize you got
but
you got to hustle to grow.
But here's the thing. Let's not miss what Mike just said, because Mike and I talk about this all the time, and most of you miss it. You forget the water cooler aspect of social media, okay? The water cooler aspect, what do I mean by that? If you're working with somebody in a traditional office setting, which I know has changed because a lot of us are working from home these days, but imagine you were back in that cubicle farm and you're at that water cooler. Are you talking about...
If I got stuck next to some of these people, I would shoot myself.
I'm just saying, are you talking about spreadsheets and what's happening?
Can I hear your GPS reports?
Q3. Yeah, exactly. Give me back my stapler. Or are you talking about the Raiders game, baby, that's on right now, and they're winning? Hello, they're winning 3-0. Go Raiders.
Hey, speaking of interesting stuff, you bore me. Can we go talk about other people? Can we get somebody to come up here and talk to us?
We will in a minute. I want to belabor this because, look, this is so important. Everybody watching this show wants to know how to get more followers, and they don't know how to do it. And the reason they don't know how to do it...
I'm sorry. I don't want to be obtuse. I just don't know what's so hard to figure out.
I know. But that's why I want people to understand this. 3 things. 3 things only. It's all you need.
3.
Well, four things, actually. I mean,
I should have got my crayons. I'm going to write this
You have
down.
to be, yeah. You have to be present too, Mike. That's the other thing I haven't said yet. You have to be present. So it's top of mind. If you want to make a post and then go away for 30 days, you really, what can you expect? You're not going to get a following showing up once every 30 days. We have a friend, I love him to death, and his big thing is I'm going to be on for an hour in the morning, an hour in the afternoon, and that's great. But if you really want to have explosive growth, you've got to invest in it. Just like anything, the more time you invest in something, the better, obviously, or the more you should expect from your ROI. So
you can't be mad that you didn't get results for the work you didn't put in.
100%, and if you do, shame on you, right? I mean,
well, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. I made 3 comments this week.
Some guy started telling me the post and it deleted itself. I'm like, no, dude, you don't understand. I made 504,000 pages and manually had to go through them and delete them down to 283,000 page by page.
Oh,
involved. Yeah, I'm sorry about your post, bro. Really sorry about that.
Yeah. Well, and we're not talking about this thing that some people are fascinated by, and I'm inviting people onto the stage now. Okay, so if you guys want to join us, here's how you join us. Click on that link, you'll come into our green room. And Tana, just to let you know, it's saying your device is not connected. I think you're having a hardware issue. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I see her trying to get in, but the device is not connecting. Okay, so
in Florida, I think with that funky Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal is there, but it is what it is. So here's the deal. You can join us on stage. We can talk about this, or we can talk about anything you want. When you come on stage, we promise you one thing. We're going to allow you 60 seconds of free time to tell us who you are, what you do. You can talk about your company. You can talk about your entrepreneur goals. You can talk about your job search, whatever it is you want to talk about. It doesn't have to be, I was about to say the S show. I was about to use foul language, but it doesn't have to be about this. But this is important. The reason why many of you are failing is because you treat people like they're there to buy your stuff.
Like they're dispensers.
But what you fail to do is build that relationship. It's know, like, trust. You need that. Social media, when you build the know, now they know who you are. We're giving you an opportunity to increase your visibility here because it's important. You have to be seen. If you're not seen, it doesn't matter. People who build perfect websites but don't do SEO and don't invest in social media have wasted their time. Might as well not have built that perfect website because no one's going to come see it, right? There's too many other options out there. So your profile on social media is the same thing. If you want people to see it, you've got to figure out how to build it out.
Peacock, baby. You got to.
I would tell you that you need to do, like, I call this LinkedIn optimization, but you can do it for any platform. You need to optimize your profile so that when people search terms, you come up. That's part of it. Your content is part of it, but a bigger part of it, not enough people are making comments. Let me ask you this, Mike. If somebody has, let's say, hypothetically, 1,000 follower connections, some combination thereof, doesn't really matter, 1,000 of them, right? and they make an amazing post. Or they go to Simon Sinek. He's got 2 million followers. Okay. They go to Simon Sinek's post and they make a smart comment. Not a great or cool or I agree. None of
Here's the
those.
thing. Smart. That's the key word. Smart.
Smart comment. Right. They add
Smart.
value or they entertain, because you can do either. You can make a lot of money being the
If you make any of those people, whether it's Simon Sinek or Bruce Willis or whoever, if you make them laugh,
you don't even have to catch
they're
their
more
attention.
likely to respond.
Yeah,
everybody.
But you don't even have to catch their attention. You could go to Simon Sinek's post if you add something that's smart. Again, either educational or
if you get the top comment on one of those posts, it changes your career.
Right.
Like, people don't understand. Like, people look at me all like, how'd you get 46,000? It's like, well, if I wasn't so offensive, I'd have 500,000. Do you know how many have come and gone because I make great comments? I mean, think about it. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Mariella, I don't know if you're interested in coming on the stage, but we've given you guys the invitation. It's where is it? Here's the link right here. Join us on the stage. You guys can join us if you want. We'll talk about business and risk or anything else. But where I was going with that is a lot of you have really small followings, but you spend all your time on LinkedIn trying to make perfect content in the form of a post. And I got to tell you that the key to growth is more in the comments than it is
100%.
Now, I can break the rules, guys, because I have 197. I have 197,000 followers. So I could break the rules and get away with it a little bit, but most of you can't. Most of you should make a post maybe once a week. Spend all that other time making comments. But again, remember what I said earlier, don't invest all your eggs in a basket that doesn't yield any return. Find the people like Mariella, who's on the show. Do you ever wonder why I spend so much time with Mariella? Does anybody ever wonder that? We don't really have that much in common, Mariella, right? You're a girl, I'm a guy. We're in different fields. You're from Greece. I'm not Greek. I think Greece.
She does risk. I break all the rules.
Right. Like I create stuff and then she tells me how insecure it is. It's wonderful. but why do we hang out? Because Mariella, first of all, is a sweetheart and she supports me. Oh my gosh, check this out. She's gonna be so happy.
Oh!
What? Like 4 days later. Okay, hang on just 1 second. But why Mariella all the time? You're gonna see her in my comments. You're gonna see her in Mike's comments. You're gonna see me in Mike's comments. You're gonna see me and Mariella's comments. Why? Because I know if I take 30 seconds and write a cool comment for her, she's going to come back and play with me. And we both win.
How many followers does she have?
I don't know.
Does it even matter?
It's 2,700 almost.
Let me tell you, I don't look at follower accounts anymore. I really don't.
I don't care. You know what? I laugh sometimes because I delete somebody with 100,000 followers that it's never gonna do me any good. For somebody who's got 136 connections, and then that person comes on your show last week and busts my balls.
You've done people with a lot more than that. He sends me. Look, Mike and I, just full disclosure, we talk all the time. We have back channel communication.
Yeah, like high
he'll
school.
Show me screenshots. He'll send me shots of his boobs. It's wonderful.
I didn't know you'd go.
Hey, I'm drinking coffee, man.
Next time you do that, put it in context. Now these people are gonna think I'm weird.
You are weird, but that's another story. All right, but here's the thing. But we share information all the time. We're
gonna share less now.
If you are a jerk, if you are not in win-winning, we will cut you so fast you won't even see it coming, even though you should, because we talk about it all the time, to make room for somebody with no followers. I don't care if they they literally just signed up for an account. I have been people's first follower many times. I have made room for connections who just signed up. I just did it recently. You guys know one of my friends, Brady. When Brady signed up, he was brand new. I've got other friends. They have still 100 followers. I don't care. If you will play with me, I will play with you, and we will grow together. And I will cut out anybody.
It's Dr. Seuss style, you know what I mean? It's stuff you learn in kindergarten. Come play in my sandbox. I'll come play in yours. We'll build a castle. It'll be fun.
And we all want the same things. We want people to pay attention to us and help us and support us. But
Tana doesn't want people to pay attention to her. She's an introvert.
You see?
I'm proud of her for getting
introvert.
All right. Well, here's the thing, Tanya. Give me a second. We're gonna give Mariella 60 seconds, and then we're gonna come to you and let you do the same thing, so you can kind of see how it's done.
Fair warning.
Mariella, the stage, the clock, it's yours. I'm gonna turn my mute on just so I don't interrupt you.
No, that's fine. Thank you for having me again. My name is Mariella Stockmal. We are in a tsunami advisory, but we are doing great. And it's all the way from Alaska, all the West Coast. There was an eruption in an underwater volcano this morning. So we're good, we're safe. I'm all about risk, and I want to comment on something my friend Ira said before. We might not have the same interests, but we complement each other. We all have our pluses, our minuses, we're human, but we all know what we know. So if we add and help each other, we create fantastic things. I have a saying, alone, we are a drop in the ocean. Together, we become the ocean. And I'm all about risk, about fraud, about protecting. And I learned so much from Ira, from Mike, that I wrote an article yesterday based on what I've learned from them. And I've had a lot of comments, and I like that. And I won't take up more of your time.
First of all, I didn't know about the volcano, so thanks for scaring the crap out of me. Tsunamis, yeah. But, I'm far enough in. Here's the deal, for most of you who don't know. You see LA, and I put LA in my thing because most people don't know where Moreno Valley is, right? Or Moval, as we call it here in the Inland Empire. Or the IE, if you want to speak SoCal language, all right? But the fact is, I'm because I have 8 kids, I have a big house, and I don't have millions of dollars. So my $500,000 house is hopefully far enough in. If that big wave comes, I'll stay dry. So,
hey, if not, we'll carry on, like a brave soldier should.
Yeah, I mean, I can swim. I should be all right this far in. Anyways, all right. Mariella, you do a great job at helping educate people on how to stay safe. They don't even have to spend money. All they really need to do is follow you, read your blogs, and they'll get most of what they need just from that. But you are available, especially if somebody is setting up e-commerce type transactional website. So if you have any aspirations of e-commerce, or you have e-commerce and you're worried about, am I secure? Are my transactions safe? Is my customer data safe? This is the lady that you need to get a hold of, Mariella Stockmal. You can find her on Business and Risk. You've actually got a link here to your website in the comments, so people can. Here, I'll put it up. Businessandriskmanagement.com. You can go to her website right there and check that out. It's in the links. And now we're gonna go over to. I have seen every episode this lady struggling to get on. It's been connection error, and there's nothing I can do to fix it, which is frustrating for me. So I hope this was nothing that I did to block. I'm so excited you're here. I'm going to give you 90 seconds because this is your first time.
It was a good time. Good thing that we turned off our mics, huh?
Yeah.
I wanted to interrupt her like 8 times.
Oh, I have to because Mike knows I'll interrupt everybody. All right, mic off, 90 seconds. Tanya, go.
Hey, guys. I don't know. I guess I was touching on what Mariella said. Like, we're all a drop in the ocean. And if we can all come together, which we have, I've seen you guys and what you are bringing together within this network of people, and the personalities all are no bullshit type of personalities. So when it comes to, being a drop in the ocean and coming together and, forming strength in one, that's what I really see here. So I'm glad to be part of this and to be able to see you guys. I do content. I create content for different types of companies, and I will help anybody go over their social media, how they can improve it. A lot of times what you guys are saying with organic reach, it's so advertising and so pitchy and call to action that you lose that social aspect and that actual organic, authentic feeling. It's just robot like. And I haven't heard of the pods until recently. So the pod thing, I mean, it just takes me back to the bot days. You just have that bot commenting. So I like to help people with the organic reach and keep it authentic.
I just have to be clear to everybody. I was not thumb downing Tanya and her comment about pods and robots.
I wasn't trying to. I was
jerk,
thumb down the Bengals.
that jerk Bengal fan. He's not even
Tina had she set you up, Tana. She did not set you up for success. That's why we both made our faces because
Tina and Mike are trying to.
It's serious. It's serious stuff here. So I apologize.
It is what it is. But here's
You
what
can't
you need
mute the fingers, Ira. You can't mute the fingers.
I know.
So, Tana, can you do me a favor at some point and put your Instagram stuff into the comments below? You guys, she really kind of undersold her. I mean, she doesn't like to talk about herself and how awesome she is, but she's got some of the best videos. I've known this lady for a while, a couple years now. I've seen a lot of her content for herself and for clients. She does some cool stuff, man. You know, I'm excited to see it.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that.
Well, I knew you were going
Instagram is my favorite.
to say it, so I had to let these people know. Like, make sure people go check it out.
It's
cool.
my favorite. It's my favorite platform. What's your handle on there? I'm gonna pull it up.
You can pull up Elur Productions, ELUR Productions. And I've been slowly trying to revamp, reorganize, get into the reel phase that aren't, Instagram reels versus just posting a video or posting a GIF.
She doesn't like to toot her own horn, Ira. She's worked for big companies and she's done some cool stuff. She's done big scale stuff.
Tell me again, ELUR
Productions.
It's in her name.
All right, we need to get you some followers.
All right, she's gonna smoke us, dude. I'm telling you. I've seen some of the stuff she works on. She's gonna smoke us.
I don't know, bro. I think her and I are gonna have some friendly competition.
I put the hashtag article that everyone needs to read on. I didn't write the article.
You guys obviously that I make videos too, so I'm not gonna just hand over any titles to anybody. But here, watch. I'm gonna
nerd her out, bro. First thing. Okay. I see Ron here. You're following more people than follow you. Okay, you never want to have more people you're following than followers.
I know, but I don't even look at the followers anymore. If it's an actual client and engagement and they're real,
it's a dog eat dog world, honey.
Yeah, I know. I was actually looking through my following this morning, trying to see who I could.
I use a follow app. Like if somebody doesn't follow me, I just use my app and just trim them.
Yeah, I can see that, but there's some I want to follow. There's content that I want to keep up with. So whether I'm looking at
use a whitelist,
a different client stream, I'm able to see the different feeds and see what people are looking at and posting. And
look at these videos, though. Look at the one that's your pants.
Yeah.
What kind of camera?
I liked it. I was looking at it the other day, almost gave me a heart attack. It's
awesome. Tell me, Tanya, what is this? What kind of camera you got?
That is a GH5. So it's Panasonic Lumix GH5.
Yeah, I'm a Canon.
Using on that one.
I'm a Canon guy. I do. I've got a 5D Mark IV and I've got a 90D. But as you know, it's not all the camera. There's a lot more than just the body.
I've been thinking of switching over to a Sony, but I'm waiting to make any moves with the camera package.
My dad's all over Nikon. Most people are either Nikon or Sony or Canon. It's usually one of those three. Not a lot of Panasonics out there, but it depends also if you're just doing more video than photography work too. Obviously, the videographers are using different gear. So
yeah, that's actually, I'm more of the video heavy than I am photos.
Yeah, well, I bought my 90D first, and I bought that because it's better for photos. But then, and I wanted something that did a DSLR that did 4K video, and the 90D does. But I ended up buying this one. This is my Mark IV. I ended up buying this one because it does 4K 60 frames per second, even though the photos are only 24 megs, so it's not as good for photography work. But for video work, I like using this one too. Do you do drones too, or no? Are you a drone pilot?
I'm not a drone pilot. I am a drone I co-pilot. So I'm there to watch them take off, let them know when they're landing, like when it needs to come down.
Let them know what shots to get.
Directed. Yeah, it depends. It depends on the shoot as well. If there's a director or someone else is directing the shots. But when I first started out with the drones, it was more so telling them, okay, take off. All right, you got 30 seconds till you land. 10 seconds, bring it down. And then we were flying an Octo, so we had to.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Oh, you two nerds are gonna love each other forever.
Well, we're in the same field, so yeah.
Are
And
you
that's the other.
Tom?
That's the other thing. Here's some advice for all you out there. Okay. Here's another thing, and we had this yesterday with Amna on the show. In fact, Amna's been on the show twice.
She sure did change on me yesterday. I'm telling
you. I did a show for a year called Marketing Mondays with Ira Bowman. I run a marketing firm. What did I do for a year? Every single Monday, I brought in owners of other marketing companies or people who work for marketing companies and had them tell us who they are, what they do, give all their information. I gave them a free backlink from my website. I not only put them in front of my whole audience, I also gave them backlinks for SEO juice. And too many of you are narrow-minded, okay? You're thinking that folks in the same field as you are your competitors, and that's really small thinking. That's stinking thinking, as I talked about yesterday when I was talking about this with Amna. Like, Tanya's going to reach a certain client and probably has different niches. I can tell you already she has different niches just by looking at some of her work on the screen than I do.
She's going to kill in the fashion stuff.
So, but here's the thing. There are clients that will not fit me, that are going to look for a provider. And the more I get to know about Tanya and we like each other and we help each other, the more likely I'm going to send her leads, and vice versa. There's going to be stuff that she goes, you know what, that's not really my speed. You know who could do a better job for you for that? You should go talk to Ira. And I do that all the time for people in the media field. In fact, almost every single person that came on my show on Marketing Monday, I've either referred somebody to or they referred somebody to me. It's not, you know what I mean? I don't have a huge scoreboard, but far too many of you are thinking like it's selfish thinking. There's
I did that post earlier, right?
Or it's living in fear. You know, you're letting fear dictate, you know, who you talk to, who you become friends with, who you help out. Like, I'll help anybody with anything I can. And if you adopt that mindset, you will go further in life in everything you do.
That's awesome. That's appreciated though. I mean, you see it clearly. I mean, to me, we're not competing. It's a team effort. Like if I'm not in the area, where are you at, Ira?
I'm in LA, Los Angeles.
Yeah. So if I'm not out on the West Coast and I'm in need of something out there, or there's a client that better suits. I mean, that's where it's at. It's collaboration and picking up the balls where.
Well, I interview, and I'm sure you do too. I interview all my prospects. They want to hire me, or they're interested in learning more about, you know, what we do to see if they want to hire me. And I'm interviewing them just as much. I will not bring on clients if I think they're going to grind my teeth every time I have to talk to them.
I send all those people to Ira.
Yeah, he does. He really does. He does it just to mess with me. He's real. I don't know why I like this guy, honestly.
I've been asking people for a long time. I'm up front though. I'm like, I should have like 500,000. You know, I got a shelf life of 7 minutes.
I gotta tell you that I am not liking the way this game has started. So, all right, come on, Raiders. Let's go. So,
you know, I did that post the other day, right? Or was it yesterday about how often do you think bigger? Do you really? What'd you say, Ira? What was your answer?
Weekly, not daily.
Are you serious? I didn't believe that.
I mean, do I specifically sit down and think that particular thought? No, but you know me, I'm always looking at ways to try to improve everything I do.
So what you're saying is it's like subconscious, like a shark, right? You just like.
Well, no, what I'm saying is there are times in the week that I have in my block schedule, you know, because I schedule everything, Mike.
No, hold on one second. Do not tell me you got 7 minutes set aside on Tuesday for Think Big.
I'm not going to tell you my block schedule, but I'm telling you, I have time built in my schedule for process improvement.
Oh, this is why I don't ask you questions.
I know, but don't ask a question you don't want the answer to.
Yeah, no. I got to follow my own advice. I bet 7 minutes on Tuesday. That's my guess. We got to get some squares going on this.
Yeah, I don't have 7 minute blocks. So.
Oh.
I need your permission to grab another cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
Mariella, by all means, anytime. You know, they call them bio breaks. Brian Schulman's show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they call them bio
I'll be
breaks.
right back.
We can take a bio break. We've been on for 39 minutes. Some people got to pee. It happens. If you don't have to pee yet, when you drink more coffee, you will have to eventually.
Call it a wellness check. How about that?
Well, I like bio break though. That's kind of cool. Well, the first time I heard it, I'm like, what's a bio break? I'd never heard it expressed that way. It was kind of funny. Yeah. Let's see. Elizabeth Jeffrey, why aren't you on?
Put that link back in the comments, man.
I think I got it. Hang on. And Kenneth, it's Saturday, baby. Don't be a unicorn forever. Come play with us.
Huh? He doesn't want to come up. He's shy.
I
He
know.
just wants to tease me about my dimples in the comments.
We got to get him on, though. And Ryan Erickson's in the comments. I mean, there's all kinds of people in the comments. Come on.
These people are shy or something.
I know.
Hey, Ira. You're talking about suppressing posts and learning what suppresses your post earlier. What do you find suppresses people's posts the most?
For the algorithm? Are you talking about LinkedIn or what platform?
I mean, any in general. Is it the content or is it the algorithm that they're the time of the day that they're posting it at?
No. So algorithm suppression are things that you put inside your content that the websites don't like. So instead of getting,
I had to fix the fan for this guy.
Instead of getting a boost from the algorithm and having them promote your content, they're actually going to pull it out of the feeds of people because they don't. And here's an example: a hyperlink in LinkedIn is a gateway, obviously, to somewhere else. They don't want people to leave. So if you put a hyperlink, you could have the exact same content, text only, no hyperlink, text with the hyperlink. So you want to reference an article, you want to say, hey, check out my latest blog, here's the link, click here. You do that in content, what's going to happen?
It's going to take
Do it sometime. Just A/B test it. Because I A/B test everything all the time. I run 40 different LinkedIn business pages for my clients. Okay. So it's Ira Bowman and Project Help You Grow and Bowman Digital Media and SPN and a bunch of others. Okay. So we make content. You can A/B test really fast when you have access to all those channels. But here's the thing: do the exact same comment or exact same post, exact same time. Have one with the hyperlink and one without. And I guarantee you what you're going to find is your text-only post will score 4 times higher than the one with your link. So there's not only a specific example, I'll tell you the specific penalty that you're going to find. Now, all that, take it with a grain of salt because it also depends on, and algorithm suppression can be overcome. Okay, it's just like a boat anchor. You can drop a boat anchor and still turn your jets on full speed and go forward really fast with an anchor drop. It's not recommended because you could ruin your boat if it gets caught on something, but you understand the analogy? So there are things you can do to boost your algorithm on any platform, including LinkedIn. One of those would be, an example of those would be like using hashtags. Why do you use a hashtag? Because you're inviting people who are following that particular tag to the party. They can search hashtag social media and find all kinds of posts written by Ira Bowman. Maybe they're not one of my followers. Maybe they're not connected to me directly, but they searched hashtag social media and voila, they saw in the search results post by Ira Bowman. They click on me and there you go. I get an extra view that I wouldn't have got any other way. Okay, so you can, with all that being said, all things equal, same comments from the same people, all that stuff, you're going to find 4 times the volume because you're not being suppressed. Now, there are other things you can do to suppress your content, like you can add a video, you can add photos, you can overuse hashtags, you can try to over tag, what I call smart tags, people. You can tag people repeatedly who never respond to your posts. There are all kinds of negative scores in the algorithm. And by the way, everybody on LinkedIn, just so you all know this, it's an AI derivative algorithm. So your algorithm, my algorithm, Mike's algorithm, Mariela's algorithm, everybody's algorithm is a little bit different. So just because generally the hyperlink is a penalty for most people doesn't mean some people have a different algorithm. So it might actually be a booster, which I don't know anybody who has that, but if they do, they're very lucky. I do know some people that when they post videos, it's actually a boost, not a negative. So instead of being a suppressor, it's an enhancer. Those people are blessed too. They don't always know it. But trust me, if I could have anything on LinkedIn that I wanted, I would want my videos to be a booster to my algorithm. They're not. I wish they were. So there's some examples for you.
And
Cool.
another thing is too, you don't want to post too frequently. You want to post every like 4 or 5 hours. You know, you want to have some space in there.
Yeah, and the timing for those varies too. So that's one of those things that you have to kind of, again, A/B test. For some people, it's 2 hours. For most people, it is 4 hours. There for a while, every time you would make a post on LinkedIn, it would kill the conversation of the previous post. It's not like that anymore, unless you post too closely together. I was actually trying to explain that to a client on Wednesday. They pay me to create content for their LinkedIn account, but they also sometimes make posts on their own. I had made a post for them at like noon my time, and they made a post at like 1:30 my time. And I'm like, why did you do that? You just totally capped me. If you had waited till 5:30 or the next day, both of those posts would have gone way up. Instead, the post that I made that should have gotten 10,000 views ended up getting like 135. I mean, it was like nothing. So, and then it doesn't inspire me to go back and spend more time to make another one, because if you'd followed the advice I'd given you in a previous meeting, you'd know not to do that, but they didn't listen. So knowing what to do and doing it, just like everything else, everybody knows you need exercise and eat vegetables. Doesn't mean you're going to do it, right? You probably shouldn't drink and drive, but lots of people do it. I mean, you got to know what they are, and then you got to do them, and you got to be consistent. The more consistent you are, the better your results are going to be.
Yeah, for sure.
Just like anything else.
Right.
Damn it, I got to go do some cardio tonight.
I was talking to Virginia Karnowski, and I'm like, dang it, I need to drink these shakes, and I need to quit eating all the carbs, and I need to like get up off my chair. And don't follow me for exercise tips, y'all. I'm not the guy. That's not that's not my bag, baby. The Raiders are still losing. I am not happy, Bob.
Who's coming up? Like, I don't understand people that don't want to come up here and talk about their business. Everyone's always fighting for likes and fighting for views. And then when we give them an
opportunity to talk about any business in the world, I don't care if you run a media company. I don't care if you run another social media site like Mike runs Service Professionals Network. So, I mean, we would let anybody up to talk about. You get 60 seconds at least. I promise that to everybody. And we'll talk about whatever you want. So, like, Tanya asked me the question about the algorithm, so I answered the question. I wouldn't have talked about that otherwise, right? You have a chance to be seen by hundreds of thousands of people.
Yep.
Where look at the competition here. You just got to compete with me and Ira. I mean,
but where else? Look, let me ask you this question, honestly. Where else are you going to get that kind of FaceTime today for free? You don't have to. Tanya, did I send you a bill? No. Mariella, never will I send you a bill. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
I mean, I do send Mike a bill, but that's another story.
Oh, I pay for it in many ways.
That's right. That's right. We can talk about that some other time. Let's say.
Well, you already told them about the nipple thing.
She says, if you give me 2 freaking minutes, we've given you 48 minutes and 7 seconds. That's all I'm saying.
She even used all caps, dude.
Tina.
She got me. No, Tina's not
Tina
welcome
says
up
she's
here.
shy. Tina,
welcome up here today. She got me yesterday.
Tina, first of all,
apology note.
First of all, Tina, you've been talking smack, rightfully so. I mean, I'm not.
She made me feel bad.
What are we gonna do? The Raiders are losing. But also Tina said her goal in 2022 is to get more to increase her visibility. What better way than to join Mike and Ira on the show?
Hey, you know what? I'm going to talk about Service Professionals Networks just a little bit, because if you guys haven't been on the site in a while, it's going to be totally brand new here sometime, probably like next Tuesday or Wednesday, according to Warren Research.
Can't wait. This is one thing I want to talk to you about.
What people don't do, Ira, on this site is scroll up just a little bit, dude. Just a little tiny bit. You see all those tabs underneath his face? Yeah. Those are the ones everyone's got to start using a little bit more of. Like as far as like writing blogs, listing stuff, inviting.
I want people to come onto the site and click that friends button and add me, man. It's depressing. It's depressing when I have. Ooh, I have one. I have 2. Watch.
Oh, he was going to come up here. He's down in Texas, dude. It's my buddy John. He's a cool guy. He's a veteran. Pete Sylvester, he's a cool guy. He's a local guy.
I'm at 99 friends on LinkedIn. I need one more. Who wants to be my 100th friend on LinkedIn?
I am already your friend.
I'm sorry, serviceprofessionalsnetwork.com.
Yeah, you know what? More and more people are going to get them confused here eventually.
I got 99. But there's all kinds of stuff. I do videos, guys, just so you know. I make how-to videos on this. You really need to see it. But you could come. I was just talking to one of my friends, Virginia, about a new business that she's
You
on.
can use it like Twitter. You can use it like Linktree. You
Yeah,
can use it like Medium.
We're creating a new website for her. It's going to be a new blog. It's like we can mirror the blog on SPN and increase visibility because Mike will let us post anything we want here. So you can post pictures, you can post GIFs, you can post videos.
Do you see what my buddy Tim's posting? Don't scroll down, man. I don't know what he's putting.
I don't necessarily want to show that, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no censorship.
the last thing that I posted was a TikTok video that I made this morning. And in that, I talk about how you can grow with a better comments and I got it. It's covering Tana's face. Sorry.
Here, just move the cards.
It's better content and engagement strategies across all platforms. Because even on SPN, if you're on serviceprofessionalsnetwork.com and you create a comment on somebody else's post, they're going to appreciate it and other people are going to see it. And now you're going to get more friendship requests. So again,
each comment makes a whole new page of content.
And social media is a top of mind sport, guys. So if you want to be top of mind and you have a platform like Service Professionals Network that you can go put your stuff out there and be top of mind, even if it's for one more minute, you know, like Tanya, I'm sure you have a profile on Service Professionals Network. You go there, you add all your links to your Instagram, your Twitter. You need to get Project Help You Grow's link back on there too, because then more people go make a profile on my site. But
I got a whole list of things. I got Linktree coming.
But it's like Linktree. I'm glad you brought that up. Or another one is SocialTap. A SocialTap is one that I use. It's like social without the L.
We're gonna have a ridiculous amount of profile links for that. We're gonna have like alignable.
But you can put blogs up there. You can put your videos. So
jobs, resumes.
Yeah, all that stuff. Create a business listing for your business. Drive people to your site. And why is SPN such a good resource? Because Mike's put a heck of a lot of money and time and effort. And frankly, now Jacob Warren's fixed everything that Mike screwed up. But the AREFs, baby, again, nerd crap. but AREFs, if you look at his AREFs rankings, I mean, it is phenomenal.
Do you know I just got rid of like 400 pages of porn I didn't know were on the site today too, so it's probably gonna go up.
It will, 100%. That's part of it, right? Do you guys want screaming kids? Of course we do. That's just more fun. That's more fuel for the fire. We like
of course.
We like entertainment around here. Okay, Mariella, can you do me a favor? Can you look up what's going on with that tsunami? You got me thinking about that now.
Wait.
And Ira, I just added you on SPN, by the way.
Are you my number 100?
I think I might be.
I told you she was smart. I told you.
And I just want to say it's Tana. The name's Tana. It's okay.
I butcher everything.
I do too.
You should ask Mike.
Why do you gotta wait 42 minutes to correct me?
Asha Branner. Mike.
No.
Oh, look at that camera. That is sexy.
Told you she's an artist.
Check this out. Hang on. Oh, here we are.
I've known you for how long? I've been calling you the same thing.
Where's the kids?
It's something like it's like Midwest.
I'm taking notes here, Ira. I'm building a grievance against a lot of people here.
Look,
today.
I love cameras, bro. I'm never more than this far away from a camera. So
now we can have Elizabeth come up here and make me mad too.
Elizabeth, just so you know, you're on mute. Her kids might be screaming.
Everyone's got better hair than I do today.
We can hear you now, I think.
Okay, I was making sure I was muted on the actual.
Oh, yeah, no, I appreciate that.
Yes.
She's on top of it.
Okay.
I am hiding in my daughter's closet at any minute. One of my son or daughter.
What expert called it? The office
closet.
Oh, closet.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
You guys are all making my speech impediment hard here.
Before we do Elizabeth's introduction, which we're going to give you 90 seconds, Elizabeth, just, so you.
Oh, gosh.
We're going to introduce yourself for 90 seconds. But before we do that, I want to do this Clubhouse thing, reset the room, because we've been on for 55 minutes. So I just want to tell people, if you're not familiar with speed networking with Mike and Ira, what we do is we give you time to come up on stage. You get 60 to 90 seconds. I do 90 seconds if it's your first time. After that, usually I do 60 seconds because you don't need as much time usually. You start to get it. You start to get it down. We talk about anything that you guys want. So Mike and I always have stuff that we're like today. We're talking NFL football because I happen to be a huge Raiders fans and they're losing, so it is what it is. But 13-3 is the score at the moment. Okay, they're losing. But I also wanted to talk about today. I wanted to talk about the Neil Patel thing, which is, he's saying that organic reach is dead, and I say that's phooey. You just have to do it better to get the organic reach. Okay, so we disagree on that. But those are the two things that I came to talk about today. Everything else, I'm like, it's up to the audience what you all want to talk about. But when you join the show, like Elizabeth just did, what we ask you to do is either turn off the show that you were watching, or you mute it, because like the old days when you would call on the radio station, we're a little bit ahead of what you're hearing coming out of your set. And if you leave both sets of sound on, it's really awful. So anyways, Elizabeth got that taken care of. Thank you very much. And now I'm going to mute my mic, Elizabeth. 90 seconds, talk about, well, whatever you want.
Whew, I don't even know if I have 90 seconds. I mean, today has been crazy. So I have two very young children. I've been a stay-at-home mom for a little over 5 years since my daughter was born, and just did kind of contract work. My husband and I have founded many businesses, and so I've helped him with marketing and advertising on and off throughout that time. And before that, I did the same with companies like Magnolia, and I'm from Waco, Texas, and Time Manufacturing is a company that my dad owns, which just sold for $1 billion, by the way. So that's very exciting. And then now was finally getting my career back on track, and we're rebranding the current company that we've invested everything and founded, and we're rebranding it to DataShip, and it is a huge undertaking. Everything has been kind of thrown into the air. We have found out we are pregnant with our third child, and we're not aware that that was a possibility that we had anymore. So it's a good thing. I mean, we're so excited, but it just adds one more thing on top of it. Here comes my son. You will see how I've used him, how I have distracted him. This is Pippin.
Hi.
Pippin, do you want to say hi?
Hi, Pippin.
No. He said no.
But how you doing, buddy?
You can have the rest of the candy. You want to go out and share the rest with Santa? So really, I just marketing, advertising, communications, public relations. Those are all my jams. English was like my first love. And then when I realized you could relay English into and use words to like affect how people, where they go and what they buy, I was just like, oh yeah, this is what I want to do. And so on LinkedIn, no idea how long I've been talking. Stop me when you need to. LinkedIn, I just discovered.
You're on a roll. Keep going.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop you.
Okay, so recently just discovered it. It has been the funnest thing of my life. I love it so much. It is so fucking fun to connect with all of these like.
I didn't say it, Ira. It wasn't me. I swear.
Yeah, we have to be careful about because we're live.
I am so.
You got kids.
Sorry.
The FEC.
They're downstairs. They're downstairs.
The FEC is going to shut us down.
They're coming for me.
Kenny, I got you, brother. Just hit requested. So y'all are curious. KDJR83. That's my man, Kenny.
We should have stopped her.
You should have cut me off.
Bro, we gotta get this guy some followers. I mean, I'm not saying.
Well, he's got to take some of that sugar and savor the flavor a little bit less in the comments and go down there and start posting some stuff.
I do want to show you. Look, I broke 224. This is my most ever view.
Oh, dude, I'm going to let you get a little bit ahead. I'm losing a little bit of weight, man. I'm going to go get my fat ass up on that elliptical here. I will be thonging it out here on TikTok. And
y'all can see I need some help with my video from today. I got 3 views, please.
You see how much my nipples are popping in this tennis shirt? Dude, you got no chance, bro.
For the love of God, everybody, please help me out. I need to beat Michael Connor.
It's not going to happen. You're one video away from having a bad day.
I need to share this. I'm at Ira M. Bowman. Look, if you're following me on like Instagram, where am I at?
I can't believe I was calling her Tana. Horrible friend.
Tana.
Tana. Look at you, Mr. 100 followers.
Look, follow
23
me.
hearts.
Follow me here, guys. Ira M. Bowman. Follow me. I'm the same everywhere. Twitter, Ira M. Bowman. It's pretty much the same. So, anyways. Okay, so let's talk about this. You said you discovered LinkedIn and you're loving it. What do you love most about LinkedIn so far? So, actually, hang on. Before I ask that, how long ago did you rediscover or discover LinkedIn?
So let's see. My husband made me sign up for an account in around April, and I mean, I've been, mostly I've just been doing things like a lot of ghostwriting, a lot of content editing, copywriting, things like that, and so I just felt like it wasn't needed. I was just like contracting out. And so for months, it wasn't until like September 15th, I was like, all right, let's see what even is this. And I just like started connecting with cool people. Well, really what it was is I started looking at people's profiles and reading them. And I was like, whoa, these people are like awesome. Like they're doing the coolest things that I didn't even know there were this many cool people with this incredible of like talent and this many companies that were doing this many awesome things. And so then sending the request where I got to tell them like, hey, this is super cool that you're doing this, and like this is why I think you're so cool, and then connecting with them and talking to these people, it's been like a joy. It's been truly fun.
Well, I hope Ira doesn't ruin it for you.
I probably will. Look, this is the one thing that I want to say about that. Sometimes people look at it the proper way, which is what you just said, frankly. Look at all the cool things other people are doing. It's awesome. It's inspiring. It's motivating. I want to hang out with these people. That's the right mindset. There's another mindset that I hate, but it happens all the time. Check this out, buddy. We got another one.
Oh, man, dude.
Hang on 1 second, and we'll get you 90 seconds to introduce yourself here, Ryan. But I just want to finish this thought. There's this other, it's gonna consume you thought, like, oh, I got it. I can't keep up with them. They must be phony. They're looking for ways to tear. You know what I mean?
It's comparison with the Jones, trying to keep up with the Joneses.
I love it when I hear that. What you just expressed. I love the way you said it, Elizabeth. Look at all the cool people there are doing the cool things, and they inspire me, and I want to read their profiles, and I want to get to know them, and I want to encourage them, and I want to become part of their community. That, guys, right there, that's how you win in life. Not just on
everywhere, man.
And it's so fun.
As obnoxious as I am, I'm a good time anywhere I go. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter where I go, I'm going to have a good time. Even if I say people's name wrong.
I was just about to say, Ryan, welcome to the show. You got 90 seconds, and then he disappeared. There he is. Ryan, you disappeared for a second, but I hope you can hear me, yeah?
I can hear you, yes. Can you hear me?
I can. Okay, so we're going to give you 90 seconds. It's not like a hard limit. It's just like a guideline.
He came in cold, Ira. I didn't even tell him what was up.
Yeah, I had no idea. I was sent the link. I'm like, all right, I'll click.
All right, quit excuses, man. Let's go, Mr. Motivation. Let's go.
Problem. Here's what we do. Here's what we do, Ryan. 90 seconds. What we really want to know: who you are, what you do. Give us a flavor. It's your opportunity to be seen by whoever's watching the show, and we're on live, just so everybody knows. Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. You can find this, after it's over. I do think this is funny. We get a lot of views after it's over, and people comment and they expect me to respond like, dude, the show's over. You know that, right? Like, anyways, we're live right now. It's 2:34 Pacific time. Time just wherever you are. We haven't been hit by a tsunami wave. Mariella's looking into that. Mariella, we'll get the update from you after Ryan goes. 90 seconds, brother. Tell us who you are.
I'm Ryan Ellis. I'm a fitness trainer out of LA, Los Angeles, California.
Buddy, we got to get together.
Oh, are you in LA too?
Well, I'm in Moval.
Oh, he's gonna
Okay.
be taking pictures of your ass all over
I
the
will take
beach. I
pictures. I'll trade
guarantee it.
you. I'll trade you. You help get me in shape.
I didn't even do this on purpose, man. I swear, I did not do this on purpose. I did not have any plans whatsoever on this one.
All right. Now, I want you all to know that's why Mike and I have to mute ourselves when people do 90 seconds. Ryan, let's restart because I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm Ryan Ellis. I'm a fitness trainer out of Los Angeles, California. I just started a online training. I'm fairly new, about a month ago. I decided. What was that?
Do you have a website?
Yes, RyanEllisFitness.com.
Hang on a second, Ryan. Look, this is. I like to play.
This dude's peck is as big as your camera.
Fitness.com coming to you right here, baby. Boom. Let's get this. Oh, I love it. He's got video loaded.
Yeah, you can't hear it though, but
no, yeah, okay. I gotta work. Yeah, I'm trying to work on that.
Man, he's so motivated. You don't even need the sound to get the motivation from the video.
Look at this guy. He's gonna get my ass in shape.
Look at that. I'm telling you, look at pecs for days, dude. Bro. He sent me this picture earlier. I'm like, damn it, I get the hint, bro.
I need to come play with you. Ryan, we need to have some fun.
He thinks I was joking about the sexy beach photos. That's gonna be live on Instagram next week. We already know it.
If you haven't been through my Instagram, I did do some fitness shots for another guy. I'll bring this bad boy. I'll bring.
Oh, are you a photographer?
Dude, he didn't get to 76,000 followers.
I have no idea who anybody is. I don't know. So what's up?
I do. Here's what I do. Mike,
it's like a layup for him, dude.
Mike, we should start doing our own introductions. Okay, here's what it is, guys. I do 6 services at Bowman Digital Media. Ready? Social media management for small entrepreneurial type businesses, service-based businesses, social media management. Then I do website development for people who don't have a website or they need somebody to maintain their site. Graphic design, which is really my core. It's my specialty. Photography, which is my love. Photography, videography, and only because you have to have it, search engine optimization. Those are the 6 services that we provide at Bowman Digital Media.
That's awesome. Wow.
I just curate memes.
I'm going to Florida next week. I'm going to be doing a photo shoot for Great White is performing for Rise Animal Refuge.
You're actually flying out there for that? Good for you.
I'm flying out there. I'll be out in Florida from Thursday. Well, actually, first I'm going to Utah. Unfortunately, my brother-in-law passed away. So I'm going to Utah for a funeral, and then when I get back, I'm flying to Florida, and I'm going through the weekend to do the photo shoot for the concert. So I'll be traveling a little bit, and then I'm going to Hawaii I'm doing my TEDx talk in April, right outside of Philadelphia, and then I'm going to Hawaii in May. So my schedule's starting to fill up.
I'm starting to think I should do more memes.
Oh. So my little tsunami update. If you want,
tsunami update.
The city of Laguna Beach, California, has closed all beaches, boardwalks, harbors, and piers until further notice.
How big is the wave? Do we know?
Hmm?
Do they know how big the wave is?
No, they say please stay out of the water and away from the shore. Santa Cruz, California, also has experienced some quote-unquote minor flooding at their harbor. A tsunami advisory has also been issued for coastal areas on the north and east coast of New Zealand's North Island and the Chatham Islands, where strong and unusual currents and unpredictable surges at the shore are expected, according to New Zealand's National Emergency Agency.
Huh.
Look at this, man. We're saving lives on LinkedIn Live. All right.
All right. So, yeah, Ryan, we have to have a one-on-one conversation later.
Bring the baby oil, baby. He's gonna want to take pictures, man.
We'll talk more.
Don't worry about the suntan lotion. Let's get the baby oil.
Tano, I want to ask you a little bit about your business. So, almost all of us, we have a niche, right? Clients that we service best. Like for me, for example, I typically work best with small companies. Usually they're like under 10 employees, and they typically don't have full-time marketing on staff, or they have like one person and they're overwhelmed. Who is it that you like? What's your specialty? You know, like the perfect type of client for you. Let's see if we can find you some business.
So I do similar as far as that goes with the social media, with helping people figure out their brand tone, their brand voice, or taking over their social for them. When it comes to creating content, I create content from corporate companies to small time, or not small time, but brands that are just starting out with one product, or they only have a certain amount of SKUs. I love shooting live music. So we threw benefit concerts for a while prior to 2020. So when it comes to live productions, that's my love. That's my love. But it's, it's when I'm not on set, it's definitely social media, definitely helping people out, figure out their content, what's more engaging, what can they do to better it, giving them ideas to where their ideas, they say, well, I don't know how to do that, but helping them, guide them on doing it on their own, not just me actually having to go and film them. So
Mariella just put all that information for me in the private chat. I usually don't look at the private chat, just in full disclosure for anybody who ever comes on the show. I pretty much ignore it because I got too many other things going on. But I appreciate that information, Mariella.
I don't look at it because I can't really read that well.
So Tana, to pick up a little bit on what you just said there with SKUs and stuff. So you're looking for people that are doing like Shopify type businesses?
Well, I mean, Shopify can go just as much as social media and having to push it on their website or Amazon, creating content for them, copywriting. So it's not just about a brand. It can be a person. It can be a person, their services. So it's not just, it's tailored to what they need as well when it comes to it. It's not just we do 30 X amount of posts, here you go. It's more of like, this is what we suggest.
Here's one thing that I'm going to suggest, because you probably don't know this. I don't know how well you know Mariella, but Mariella is a business risk consultant for companies that do transactional deals like you're talking about. So she might be a good resource for you if your clients are looking for somebody to help fix the back end to prevent fraud and reduce risk. She can maybe be a resource for you. So there you go. There's a win-win opportunity for you. And that's what this show is all about, guys.
And
so
I
Ryan,
sent you a connection request.
There you go. Ryan.
Definitely. And what I was going to ask Mariella is it, do you code websites to make sure, or you just
I work with IT teams and tell them what the risks are, what we can do, how we can help manage chargebacks, fraud attempts, stuff like that.
That's awesome. Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Like a coach or an advisor in that role, as opposed to the coding, the nuts and bolts coding is done by somebody else. But knowing what to do, but she can come in and show you where you're weak, for example.
Yeah. And Elizabeth, what are your specialties? Because I know you're within the kind of the same field of marketing and advertising as Ira and myself. What is it that your niche is and that you're doing? Because I was trying to kind of feel out what you have going on, where Ira's got graphic design above me, because that's not my specialty. That's not it. So what is yours?
Thank you for asking. So a lot of this for me is the number one thing I'm doing right now is with tech companies, small startup tech companies. And the other, if I'm contracting out, it can really be any copywriting is just my jam. So like on Upwork, I've done so many things on Upwork for just random people. I like working with the last live y'all did yesterday. I cannot remember what her name was, and I'm so upset with myself for that. But everybody was kind of talking about how important it is to really understand what they're looking for. And so, another one is I'm currently like rebranding my children's Montessori school that they go to. Will you give me 1 minute? I'm almost done. Okay. So my kids go to a Montessori school in Dallas, and absolutely you can. And so
that's real life right there, guys.
I know, right? So after my kids got enrolled there, I just told her what I did. And I mean, my new client questionnaire is pretty thorough. And so it's very important to me to know what is it that you want. And it's a lot of questions, and I'm pretty firm that it needs to be in person or via Zoom, just where I can see them and try to really connect and understand what it is they're looking for. But right now, so those are the main 3 big jobs that I have going right now are with that school. And then my husband and I, we have 2 different tech companies that we're in the middle of really trying to ramp up. So
there you go.
Nice.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because I was going to ask that question just a little bit later, but thank you.
No, good job. I love when people show this guy.
No, I like it because look,
you
Mike
don't
and I
think
are
so?
not here to do. We're not here to do all the talking. Honestly, the less we talk, the better.
Especially
So-
the less Ira talks. I mean, it just makes my day.
Right. And the Raiders are still losing. I do want to, Brian, I want to get to you in just one second, but I wanted to do something real fast. You guys know that I'm a social media guy. I love to support my friends. So Big Red was on the show yesterday.
No. I'm competing with this guy. We can't.
I know, but
he's
look,
not
we got to
on
help
the
him out.
show.
I'm going to hit it right there. I just hit the follow button, broken salespeople, even though the content. I'm
You're
already
lucky he's cute.
All right. And then if you missed
Cuddly.
it before, we showed Kenneth Dunner Jr. So guys, support your friends all over the place, even if you're not going to watch their stuff. You know what I mean?
I love the guy's title, Broken Salespeople, right?
That's
I love it.
That's
I
what
love it.
That's what he does. For those of you who don't know Red, what he does is he's helping to train people in sales to be better and get more. Okay.
Well, and do you know what I like about his content really is it doesn't matter where you are in your sales career. It makes sense. It's basic stuff. I am not a hater, Tina. I sense much fear in you.
That's only because he saw you come in with a bowl of wax, bro.
Whatever.
You gotta watch.
Ryan, can I borrow some of your baby oil, man? And some of your
watch
little
the show.
G-string stuff. I'm gonna need it.
But yeah, Ryan, you're
Watch
on
these
mute.
guys.
I actually want to ask Ryan. So you're a fitness coach trainer. Do you
Yes.
do you work with everybody, or you have a specialty? Or tell us a little bit more about that.
So I was actually telling Mike yesterday. I had a specialty. I was working with the niche was guys 25 to 35. And then once I made it official that okay, I'm open for business, I'm ready to start training people. I got contacted by pretty much like 90% women who wanted yeah. And so I was like, okay, so now I'm just trying to figure out.
I was the other 10%. That's how we met.
It's funny. I launched my business, Bowman Digital Media, in June of 2020. That's when I raised the flagship, and graphic design is like my favorite thing to do. That's the core of what I do. And I got a lot of one-off type work. In fact, Mike and I were talking about this yesterday. I got all these GIF orders, which I don't know if you know what GIFs are, but like they're the JPEGs that move, right? So it looks like a video.
Oh, okay.
I did so many that month, but I don't like them. And Tana will appreciate this because it was transactional work, not contract work, not a program. So it's like, yeah, I paid the bills the first month by doing all these gifts, but then I had to start from scratch the second month, so I'm starting at zero. I'm like, that's not what I got into business for. So I had to think about, Ryan, and being that you're new, I just want to give you this thought. Like, so, okay, we think about who we want, and then we have to think about, and this is where social media comes in, we'll tie it all together. Where are the people, what we call an avatar in the marketing space? Where are the people that hit your demographic hanging out? And what kind of messages or content are they engaging with? Because as a marketing person, I'll tell you that that's the way you think before you produce content. Too many people, if you ask them why they're on a social media platform like LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram or whatever, right? Why are they on that one? Most people tell you, well, it's the one I like best. But once we get into that business owner role, now we are a producer of content, not the consumer of the content. So your preference, your personal preference is almost irrelevant. I hate to say that. You have to think like your clients, right? So too many people are dismissing sleight of hand, like Facebook, for example. If you want some controversy on LinkedIn, make a post and mention Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook. I guarantee you your whole page will go off the chart, but it won't be good stuff. It's going to be a bunch of hate, right? But here's the thing. Do you know how many people are on Facebook? Most people don't know. It's 3.89 billion people. It's more than all the other social media platforms combined, basically. It's not exactly.
It's crazy.
but it's really a lot. Now, organic reach there is really, really tough because they want you to pay to play. They want you to boost your posts, okay? But the fact is, you don't have to if you know what you're doing. And that's what we were talking about in the show. So as a marketing person, I guarantee you, when you said 90% of your clients don't fit your core demographic, Elizabeth, if she's listening, Tanya for sure, Tana, sorry, I mispronounced it again. Tana.
I get it.
All three of us in my tears, they went, "Bing." Wait a minute, I got an idea for you, buddy. You didn't even know. You just like you took the razor blade and you did a little cut, and it was spilling in the water, and the sharks were like, "Ooh, I got
Yeah, I'm learning this within like the last couple weeks. I'm learning so much in the last couple weeks, and then even with the whole because I was using Instagram because it was the one that I liked the most.
Can I
And
tell
then I'm
you,
learning over the last week, like, no, it's different, you know?
you need to be on TikTok, dude.
I'm on TikTok. I'm just
Well, you just want everyone to get on TikTok to beat me.
No, I'm telling you that his demographic, because this is the crap that I study and this is what I do for a living, his demographic is on TikTok more than any
Oh,
other.
sure. Bring the professional thing at me.
Yeah, you got.
That's one of the things that people pay me for, right? They're going to waste all their money on wherever they're at. And it's like, why would we be there at all?
Don't use facts against me to win an argument, buddy.
Also, I mean, it's just visible proof. You guys that can do like in small, just give them like free tips like that.
If you go, Elizabeth, we're having a delay. You're having a delay. It's pretty bad. But what she's saying is give them tips on TikTok and bite-sized content, free content, add value, and they can see social proof, which 100% agree with everything she's saying. But also to my point, that's where your demographic is hanging out. It's not just the type of content, which I agree with everything she said, but if you could have the perfect content and they're not seeing it because they're not there, right? So you know what I'm saying? If you're getting if you're getting a lot of chicks on Instagram, don't be surprised because chicks are on Instagram. There's a lot of them. They're also on Pinterest.
That's why I told him he's got to get on LinkedIn, right? Because everybody on LinkedIn needs to get a little bit more fit, and they all got jobs.
Yeah, but the thing is, then you have to listen to what he's asking for. He's asking for 25 to 35-year-old folks, and a lot of those are not really on LinkedIn. Even when they're on LinkedIn, what do they look at it? They're making a mistake. They think it's their resume, so they're in it when they're looking for a job. Yeah. Mike has this great analogy he talks about all the time. Don't wait until you need a plumber to make a relationship with a plumber, so that when you need the plumber, you could just call them and they'll come fix your stuff. But too many people use LinkedIn, especially in that demographic, that 25 to 35 age range. Like, oh, I'm using LinkedIn only when I'm job searching, and if I'm not job searching, then I'm going to be somewhere else. So that's kind of the point. I think you had a question there, Ryan. I want to give you the floor.
Yeah, I was just going to say, do you think I should change who the target market is?
Well, you could do that too. I mean, look, the bottom line is if the ladies are paying your fee, the same fee that you be paying, charging 25 to 35-year-olds, then what's the issue? I'm sure that's not a problem for you. So maybe, you do become a specialist in a different market, because I'll tell you, I resisted for a year doing pay-per-click campaigns for most of my clients. They would ask me and I'd defer it out. I was just sending it out because I didn't want to do that kind of work. Tana can tell you, Elizabeth can tell you, it's not fun. It's mind boring. I'm a creator. I like to create graphics. And this is more like data and statistics and wordsmithing. Like Elizabeth loves it. I don't love it. But that's not my jam, baby. I'm look at what I do. I do graphic video. I'm visual. Okay. So I rejected a lot of this work, but because it's like when I created Project Help You Grow, it wasn't to help job seekers. I know a lot of you don't understand that, but Project Help You Grow was designed to help people grow on LinkedIn. That's what it was there for. It was supposed to last for 2 weeks. Why did it morph into helping job seekers? It morphed because that's what everybody joining the project was asking me for. I was like, okay, I got to figure this out. And so I did listen to my audience. And so if your audience is, like, I don't know how many clients you have, it's none of my business. Well, let's say you had 25 clients and 23 of them fit that demographic. Well, what do you think that demographic is going to refer you more of? So you've already got going with a niche. So you allowed the niche kind of to pick you in that case. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you enjoy it. You know, I mean, look, if it was causing you relational issues, like your wife or your partner was jealous of the women, then that would be a problem maybe. But if that's not an issue, the money spends the same.
The money's green, baby.
And if I may add something here, I'm in my late 50s. I'm 138 pounds. I run 4 miles every day. So expand the age. There are people who work. I have muscles like a 40-year-old. People look at me.
I think you got a client, buddy.
So
She's in Santa Barbara.
expand a little bit, because it's a good thing that you're doing. It's longevity. It's flexibility. It's health.
Right.
So don't put from here to here. Just let the universe bring you people from all ages. Why not?
Thank you.
I need somebody. Does anybody have tissue? I need some help.
No.
There's people in Cincinnati. They're like, "Who day?" And I'm thinking, it's not us today. I don't know. All right. So Mariela, you have not told us in a while. So let's talk about your client, your prospect for business and risk management.
Well, first, I think maybe we should all take a minute and clap and praise Mariela for running 4 miles a day. That's phenomenal.
Thank you.
If I run 4 miles a day, you better ask me who's chasing me. Anyways. You better, if you see me run past your house, you better get out and run too, because I'm running from something. It might come get you as well. All right, Mariela.
Yes.
Tell us, baby, who fits your profile? What are we looking for?
Anything. And these two amazing young ladies here, anything who does marketing, sales campaigns, everything has its risks, and everything has its what if scenarios. The more you have plan A to plan Z, you won't need to extinguish fires. Because if you have all your probabilities and what ifs in place, then what? You save your hard-earned revenue. And that's what it's all about. And your clients feel safe to join your website, to talk with you, because they know that you know what you're talking about and doing it. So anything from chefs that do online business to everybody who makes a living online and has an online presence, I can help with risks. And one tip for all of you: any website you're on, go anywhere on the screen, right click and check page source. If you see that they use Amazon Oz, AWS, or Google APIs, APIS, run. These are very hackable and very unstable.
Thank you.
So help us.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Help us understand that, Mariela. So we're going to so you're on any website, you right click.
Like here where I'm now, I right click on my screen and it says view page source or inspect.
And then what are you looking for?
Google APIs. See here, StreamYard has Tag Manager. Google Tag Manager is better than Google APIs.
There you go. And okay, so if we're on a website, let's say we're not giving our credit card information or anything like that. We're just reading a blog. What can happen to us if they're on that? So somebody can get our IP information and clone us, or what's the danger?
I put it in layman terms, like Mike said. Everybody who posts something, it creates a new page on your site on SPN, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what it means is that the server of the company that's selling you things puts your information somewhere. Now, Google APIS was made to broadcast your stuff wider, but it's so hackable. When and I'm not a coder, can right click and see what's going on, imagine what these guys can do.
Yeah. I want to show Ryan something real quick. That's a picture I took at the beach.
Oh
And
yeah,
I told you, buddy, he's gonna get that baby oil out.
I play with stuff. So in technical terms, what we call that is a mask. I masked it up so you can't see what's going on. And then I added his name, Devin George. He's a fitness model in LA. He does instructional videos too, but he's not trying to train people. He's just trying to motivate people. Anyways, that's one of the things I do. If you want to see the actual photo that I did, this is the photo that I did. So I removed all this stuff. This is the source photo. That's all.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, anyways, I like to play with graphics, man. That's for me. I like to do capture, what we call capture, which is taking the photo or the video, and then I like to do post production. I actually probably like post more than I like capture, but anyways, I like to create art.
That's awesome. Yeah, I just followed you on Instagram. That's cool. So
You
I'm
didn't
glad
need
we.
another follower. We're in
do.
competition here.
I need more. Well, you gotta share your stuff. Okay, so Mariela, you have blogs on your website, and I recommend people read them because you don't have to create a profile, you don't have to pay a fee, you don't have to join and create an account, nothing. It's just go read the information, and you guys can be much safer online.
And by the way, claps again for having a blog. Blogs are huge.
So teach us, because 100% you're right. Teach us a little bit about that. Let's show off your big, beautiful brain, Elizabeth. Just remember to keep it, PG-13.
I could not be more aware of that now. And my son is in this room right now.
You are so labeled.
I know. Okay, so let's
We save
see.
lives and ruin careers up here.
I mean, I'll tell you.
Bro,
I mean, I've
don't call it a comeback.
Nobody's calling it a comeback.
Right. Okay, blogs. Blogs are
All right.
important for many reasons, including what Elizabeth is about to tell you.
Blogs are so important. So one, it's when I was lagging earlier, it's a way to provide free value and content. Also, a huge way to utilize blogs. As soon as somebody gets to your site, pop up with some type of enter your website, and we'll update you when we get new blogs. And also you'll get this whatever small, if it's a training session with you, 10% off that, 15% off, however much you want to do, just something small like that. And then they'll get notified of your blogs. It encourages interaction, and it's just a place where people you have this ability to get your messaging out into the world that people can read always. And they consistently add value. And so on TikTok, what I was saying is, TikTok would be a perfect place for you just to give short tips on when you're waiting and have only 15 seconds, do this workout. And people would love that. And then if you link to the blog, you can go into further detail about that. And
that's a really good point that a lot of people don't realize, right? It's like you have the website, you might as well have the blog too, right? And like every Instagram post, every Twitter thing that you make, all your TikTok videos, all that stuff can go right back into a blog. You can repurpose content however you want.
I want to say it even differently than that, but it's really what Mike is trying to get. It's not only you can, you should.
You should, yeah.
I was talking to Virginia again earlier. I talked to Virginia for 2 hours today, so
I feel sorry for her. I'll send her some flowers.
it was a long conversation, but one of the things we were talking about, she hates TikTok, but she's making reels. I said,
wait, why does she hate TikTok? I gotta know this.
interesting.
It's not her jam. It's just not her jam, right? It's like there's a different feel on TikTok than there is on Instagram for reels and videos. And YouTube has videos too. I said, look, you make the video not using the app. That's the main problem most of you have, is you're using the app to create the video. But what you do instead is you use your phone and make the video, and then you can upload, and you should upload that to all the platforms that content is appropriate for. But then, like Mike says, and Virginia has a website, I know because I build them for her, then you put them on there too, and you do what Elizabeth said. You do it in the form of a blog, and then you add those as links and everything. It's called the internet. It's the interweb, right? The www, the World Wide Web. You want it all to come back. And you're trying to get, if you're smart as a website owner, Ryan, you have a website now. Everything that you're doing should point to your website. Everything.
That's why everybody should be on my site.
Right? Okay, so there's a technical term called backlinks. You want to build backlinks. When you do a blog, you're doing internal links, and when you do them off your website, they're called external links. You need both. So do that. Create these blogs. You're creating more content for your your website. You're creating another link, but also something that Elizabeth didn't touch on, but it's very, very important. Okay, you're doing what's called keyword building. So Ryan, for example, your website auspiciously is all about fitness, training, muscles, exercise, diet, health, all that stuff. When you write a blog, every blog you write that's on point, one of those topics, now you're building the keyword frequency up. You're also showing everybody who's going to index your site, Google, Bing, DuckDuckGo, all of them, that your website has not been abandoned. It's still a live, active site. Blogs, you should be writing a blog at least bare minimum once a month. I recommend that people do 4 to 6 a month, depending on what type of business they have. They might even want more than that. But most of my clients, the right frequency rate for a blog is 4 to 6 a month. So if you're doing less than that, you're doing yourself a disservice for a whole host of reasons. Everything Elizabeth talked about, everything I just talked about, and a lot of other stuff we don't have time to get into because I don't want everybody to fall asleep with my marketing stuff. But Mike Asherbrunner. Mike, you're on mute. Asherbrunner.
Still
on mute.
Oh,
Asherbrunner. Asherbrunner.
Asherbrunner, good job, Ira. You know I'm an attention hog.
I got it.
So it's clowns.
Okay.
Hey, Ryan, this guy needs your training. He was on here eating McDonald's yesterday.
I know. Hey, did you see? We got a comment from Ed like at midnight because Mike's up late. He said, Mike, in your defense, that it's okay to have French fries, even though he had a typo. I think it was autocorrect. He said fires instead of fries, which was kind of funny. But he said it's okay to have fires every once in a while as long as you don't do it too often. And I said, in my mind, I didn't.
I feel like everybody. Thanks, Ed. Why is everybody against me? Nobody's quiet.
I didn't bust him out and said, yeah, but he didn't mention the Big Mac he was shoving in his mouth. But anyways, Mike, Ed didn't pick on you. Ryan might say, don't eat fries ever or fires. But he had fries and a Big Mac on our show yesterday. Mike, 60 seconds. Tell us, buddy, what you're doing, where you're doing it, all that good stuff.
Hey, Ira, I think, and I'm going to take credit for it because Mike gets enough credit. I think I've recruited Elizabeth to the SPN family. At least I got her engaging. So I'm going to take, she made me look good. So that's got to make me look real good with you guys.
You weren't here when she swore.
That's even better. I'll go back and watch it. Hey, look, I know I can pick them. So today I'm taking care of a sick family. That's real fun. But it's funny. I heard you all when I was sitting there wiping snot from my daughter's face. Was doing the way Mike's taught me, doing the way I see Ira doing this, and networking and meeting people. It's really no different than in real life. It's just a different way to go about it and a different tactic. But the mindset is the same. And so, I talked about how I help people in businesses, but really what I do is I recruit and develop and train leaders that can own and operate new branch offices or work part-time with me. So that's not something I advertise for good reasons. But mainly I've got my sights set on people who know how to play the golden rule, like Mike calls it, that know how to help other people who have a good heart. They're just probably either sick and tired of being sick and tired in what their career is or how much they're not getting paid, or they just want more. They may be okay and satisfied in their career, but they just want to do something bigger and better. Does that make sense? And so doing the networking, I've kind of got my sights set on some folks who just kind of stood out to me, who would probably never, ever dream of working with me or doing what I do or similar to it. However, they caught my attention. And so either two things happen. They're going to say, yeah, I might be open to working with you, or No, but I know some sharp people who really would be. Or 2 years down the road, she gets fired, he gets fired. And guess who's ready to talk to me, Ira? Those folks.
You're
So I've
waiting in
really
the
seen a
weeds.
great value in doing what you and Mike. What was that?
You're waiting in the weeds, man.
I put
My
myself.
internet
I
jacked up.
I put myself on mute there so I didn't interrupt, because if I don't, we all know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I did pretty good. I made it for a while.
You did fine.
You did,
He
dude.
even-
Hey,
He even threw you under the bus, kind of, because hey, I recruited Elizabeth, not Mike. But,
Hey, people think I got a big ego. It's just my head that's big. It's not the ego.
His head is ginormous. The dude is 6'5", guys. He's tall. I always tell everybody, if Mike and I are together, we're twins, and I'm Danny DeVito. And that is what it is. Anyways,
Ladies and gentlemen, I have to go. Thank you so much for having me. I'm cooking a big Greek dinner for my husband, so I have to go.
Oh, that's lovely.
now here's the thing: everything she cooks is Greek. So when she makes a little dinner, it's just a little Greek dinner. But anyways,
Thank you so
every time I
much.
show up, Mariella leaves.
It's very nice to meet all of you who I haven't met before, and let's all be in touch. Thanks.
yeah, Mariella, say hi to Steve
Nice to
for me.
meet you.
Sorry for cussing.
She always leaves
love
when I show up.
She is.
I've noticed that too, Mike. A lot of people tend to do that, huh?
That's my trademark.
Well, this is the thing about this show. You don't have to stay the whole time. You can come on stage and go, and like I said, if you need to take a bio break, you can. It's okay. But we're on.
How long does the show usually go on for?
So
Ryan's like, I'm ready.
I probably will be pulling the plug here in just a second. I typically go about 90 minutes, but I knew Mike wanted to get on. We had to let him on because he brings a lot of energy to the show.
He plays ping pong with us.
Yeah, and this is the thing I want people to understand. Again, for those of you who are late to the party, what is Speed Networking with Mike and Ira about? It's not really about Mike and Ira telling you all the things that Mike and Ira do. That's why we didn't do the intro like, hey, this is the 6 things that Bowman Digital Media does, and this is what Service Professionals Network does. We're just kind of assuming you guys know that at this point. But the show is an opportunity. Mike uses this term, and I love it. We call it dropping a rope. You drop the rope, you give people an opportunity to climb up. And they're going to do one of two things. They're either going to grab onto the rope and pull themselves up, or they're going to let the rope go and they're going to fall. And, people do both all the time. Sometimes people start like a flash in the pan and we think, wow, these guys are going to be awesome. And then a week later, you never hear from them again. Like, what happened? They got.
And sometimes people climb up really high, but then they never drop the rope for the next guy. And, that bugs us too.
Yeah, that really bugs us too. Like you get. So for us, if you want to play the Mike and Ira way, or the Ira and Mike way, I don't know, whatever. If you want to be like us, what you got to do is you got to do both. You got to keep climbing yourself because I'm just going to be like blunt as I get right now. If I don't keep climbing, then I can't help you as much. But if I keep climbing, I'll be able to help all of you more. You understand what I'm saying? So, but the true is also. The opposite is also true. The more you climb and build your networks, the more you will actually be able to help me too. This isn't, we call it win-win networking for a reason. If you're not winning, then I'm not winning. And if I'm not winning, then you're not winning, at least not as much, right? So I love the analogy Mike says, we're a tire and we're spokes. So each of us are a spoke in a tire. You can decide to be a spoke in a different tire, but if you want to be in our tire, then we're stronger as everybody gets stronger. Like maybe you're not growing as much on one channel as you'd like, or your posts aren't getting as much engagement as you'd like, but I will tell you plateaus are normal. Just like Ryan, people are going to hit a fitness plateau. It's going to happen, but what do? You tell them push through it, keep working. Just make sure that your strategies are sound. Make sure that you're not injuring yourself. You're eating right.
Change up your schedule, change up your diet.
Drinking enough water, all these things that you're going to coach them on how to do, right? It's the same on social media. But the fact is, if they quit, you can't help them. Or if they're rude to people, or if they're only in it for themselves. Like, we will drop you like a hot potato if you are selfish. I mean, I'll tell you that right now. Actually, the fastest way to get dropped from Mike and Ira's world is to start being abrasive. Like really, like being rude to people and disrespect.
Abrasive or like full of it. You know what I mean? Like if you're selling like an e-course and you really don't know what you're really talking about, I know it, it's not going to fly with me too well.
Yeah. You
Hey,
got to
Mike.
be able to explain things. Like if you ask me anything about what I do, I'll give you as much information on that as you want. I'll try not to like make you bored and have drool coming out your mouth. But you know, like if you say you're an expert or a guru or any of those things, I hate those words, but whatever, then you better be able to back it up, because we will call you out on it if you're trying to. I hate this term, guys. Don't do this. We're not faking it. We're not faking it till we make it. You can learn on the fly, and you can actually be a paid professional and not an expert at something, and that's okay. All you have to do is you have to provide the value that you're selling. So if you're saying, hey, I'm not the world's most physically fit person, but I'm helping people who are like in their 40s, who for whatever reason, they're not even started. Like I'm helping them start. And then maybe, after they get to a certain level, I'm going to pass them forward. I'll give you an example of this real life. I'm in a marketing business. Okay. I run marketing for people. I get reached out to sometimes by people in the manufacturing space, and they'll have like 7 people on their marketing team, and they're doing like $500 million in revenue, and they're looking for somebody to come in and do this thing. And it's above my pay grade. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not the guy for that. You know who you really want to talk to? And I give them a lead to somebody that can actually help them where they are. That's what true professionals do. So it's not, you know what I mean?
People love that.
Yeah. And we're totally cool with that. So if you have that type of mindset, then you're good. All right. I cut somebody off. Sorry.
No, it's me, dude. That's fine. Hey, but to Mike's point, dude, that I'm going to call it assholery, because I have to drop a minor cuss word somewhere here. But that, dude, those kind of groups are everywhere, and that was where, I'm just speaking for me. I was comfortable here because these are just people who are good people, helping each other out. A lot of us came from humble beginnings, or, something, we were not fancy. We just, we wanted to be somebody to do something special. And I just found that, 2 things. I didn't fit into the pretty people's group, as I call it. And I'm not knocking them. I'm just not one of them. And then when I tried to be one of them, it was like, oh my gosh, man, it was like letting a dancer out of the monastery kind of thing.
I thought you raised the handsome portion, Mike. When you joined us, I thought you elevated our game.
Oh, that's dude, I'm blushing now. Oh my goodness. Hey, but again, just to be real, and I love Mike's point, man. Like, I don't talk. People still figuring out what I do. They think I sell toys online because of my posts and stuff, And that's, again, it's by I'm trying to figure out how to go and do things.
I love your posts, bro. Every day it's like going back to taking the nostalgia train back in time. And
the Game Boy one today was.
But see, somebody's gonna.
I will play Tetris with any of you.
Yeah, Elizabeth learned that up. She did me good, man. Yeah, she's been all over that. But the point, the expertise and the people who care about what I do, when I reach out to them and say, hey, I really like who you are as a professional and a human being. Are you open to talking to me? Because I do. I'm looking for not jobs, and I'm looking for leaders, man. And these are not $2 an hour jobs, all right? But those kind of things are real, and they'll know it's real. And number 2, when someone comes and it's going to happen, and I can't wait till it does. When someone comes out and starts dropping bull stuff, financial knowledge, yeah, I'm going to pull a mic on them, Magic Mike, because I know my stuff. And again, I took a long time, a lot of work, a lot of skill, a lot of experience, and a lot of screwing it up. But that's where, I don't sit around and talk about it all day. But it'll happen, and it does happen. And I think I just feel comfortable with this group because I think you guys share a winning mindset. I think you guys it's good.
We started this show out with a little bit of a rant for me today, and Elizabeth and
we really lost our steam there.
Donna, I don't know if you guys saw that, but I was irritated by what Neil Patel put out today because I'm a fan of his. I follow him. I consume his information because most of it's really good. But today he missed the mark, in my opinion, by a million miles. It's like the opposite. And I kind of think I know what's going on. I think he's trying to sell his paid ad stuff, right? So he's got a business to run. But I don't work that way. Like, organic reach is hard. Yes, it's hard. But it's not dead by all means. I can prove it. Posting day in, day out on multiple platforms that you can get organic reach, because I don't pay for reach on any platforms. Okay. But how do I do it? I do a couple things. Like I talked about at the beginning of the show, I make sure that I'm doing algorithm friendly content. I make sure that I'm not just doing a sales pitch. It's not all pitchy. In fact, most of it is not based on what I do. To Mike Asherbrenner's point right there, he's posting about toys and stuff. Why? Because he understands something that most people have forgotten. Social media is a place for entertainment and education, not just a place to do a product pitch. So you got to have a voice that resonates with your audience. And then the other thing that I talked about, and you guys are all proof of this here, build your team. You got to have people that will play along with you. You're going to see me in every one of the Mike and Mike's posts. Every single time they post, I'm going to comment. Why? Because every time I post, what are you going to see? You're going to see them in my comments. I'm not a taker.
Hard to figure out.
It's give and take, right? Give and take. You know what I mean? So we actually have a chat room that Mike started. It's called, what is it called? Give and take. It's something like
SPN chat.
No. The other Mike.
Deposits and withdrawals.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that group name. I love that because that's exactly.
I wonder where we got that.
I love it, bro. You know what I mean? It makes a lot of sense.
Everybody steals my thunder.
The name of that group is perfect though. The name of that group is Deposits and Withdrawals, and that's really what it is. When you are making a post, you're asking for people to deposit in your content to invest in you. But when they make a post, they're doing the same thing. They're saying, okay, can you pay me back now? And what I'm telling you all to do is if you're making posts and nobody's liking them, nobody's commenting on them, then you've done one of two things or one of three things. You made one of three fatal flaws. You didn't invest in a team. Your post didn't resonate with the audience who saw it, or you made an algorithm blunder and nobody saw it, right? So there are ways.
Trifecta.
There are ways to combat all of those things. Follow me on TikTok and I'll teach you for free, 2 minutes at a time. Okay. But Mike has figured out, both Mikes have figured this out. Build a team, make content that's entertaining, and do posting in algorithm friendly ways.
Somebody was telling me, and going back to the, you got to change your content like you do your underwear, because it gets old, right? Is some guy had like 150,000 followers, right? And he's averaging like 5 likes a post now, right? And what he doesn't understand is like you're averaging 5 likes a post because you're posting the same thing today that you posted last.
An acronym that nobody knows.
Tuesday, and the Tuesday before that, and the Tuesday before that, right?
Yeah.
And like it doesn't matter who you are, you're living off borrowed time. And everyone's like, "What have you done for me lately?"
I Googled. I know what you're talking about today because I Googled it and I still didn't know what it meant. And I was like, "Oh, dude, I don't know what."
I don't want to pick on that guy from Wisconsin or give anybody any clues on who he's talking about. But here's the deal: if you're a one-note wonder,
yeah, don't pop off on anybody, Ira.
Yeah, I'll try not to pop off on anybody. Okay, here we go. Pop. Here's the thing. Okay, you have to understand nobody's on social media to buy your crap. Now, that doesn't mean that people won't become your clients. And if you will keep I hope everybody's familiar with the 80-20 rule, the 20-80 rule, however you want to say it. Okay. But if 20% of your content is on your brand and 80% of your profile is what I call water cooler content, you're going to find that you're going to do really, really well on any platform.
But
if you're doing the opposite,
with comments. It's
right.
The same. Oh,
right.
It drives me nuts, right? You have somebody who's like, Mike, I don't understand why I'm struggling. Go look at my activity. Well, okay, you did comment on Ira's post. You comment on Tana's post, not Tana's, but you comment on Tana's post. You commented on Ryan's post. You commented on Elizabeth's post, and you commented on Ashbranner's post, right? But your comment was all the same on everybody else's post. Yeah. It was all about whatever the hell you're selling, right?
Or
nobody cares.
Great
nobody
share.
Cares.
Great share, Ira. I've got people that comment on all my posts, but they always say the same thing. Great share.
I left you 13 great shares in a row. Why haven't you come back and hit me up, Ira?
100%. You guys get it, right? Yeah. You get it. Okay. So comment, post.
It's almost insulting to have to respond to those comments.
Engage with people like they're human beings and understand that they have an objective too. So if you can help them get further along in their objective, like I'm going to tell you, I hate doing this because I don't want to embarrass people, but dang it. Check this out. So I talked to this lady for 2 hours today. Didn't charge her for it, right? Gave her some
Gotta hope
ideas.
he pulls mine up.
What did she do? She made a post for me about me and my company. She tagged me and she tagged my company and she told everybody to talk to me. How can I not love that? I loved it. I didn't like it. I loved it. First of all, quit using the thumbs up. Use one of the other ones, guys. Just
Agreed.
suggestion. And then I made a comment. You bet. And I look forward to helping. Read the post to understand how that fits. But the point of it is she took her time to show me that she appreciates what I did. She didn't just give me
She
lip
made a
service.
deposit.
She made a deposit.
Authentically.
You know, well,
Yeah.
here's the thing, right? Everybody on this show, right? Like Ryan called me the other day. Tana, you know, she called me or something, you know, the other day. And most of these people I've talked to, right? Every conversation, just getting on here, and when we open up the gates, we're like, hey, come on up here and talk to people. You guys are making deposits just by showing up and being friendly and not being weird, you know?
We have a chat group. It's Mike, Tina, and Ira, and it's called Choo Choo Express. Anyways.
Because we're the train wrecks. We're
That's right.
Choo choo.
Choo. Okay. Well, here's the deal. We're coming up on 2 hours, and we're gonna cut this off. I'm gonna give everybody like a chance to do a final thought, and then I'll turn the music on. So let's go. Tana, you've been on the longest with us. We're gonna go in order of appearance. So Tana, you can go first.
Thank you guys for having me. Definitely, if anyone's interested in linking up at Allure Productions, I was going to top on what you guys were saying with Ryan in your blog post. If you were to do a blog post, you're not limiting yourself, keeping yourself in that box to go back in the conversation. But there's a point I was thinking is, digital, like marketing towards the digital, those people that are on LinkedIn, that are working, what kind of diets can they eat while they're stuck at work or at their desks? You can market.
See, look, she's giving me some thunder here. I love this. She's coming back. I love it.
This is marketing speak here, but this is important. Okay, you have to understand search terms. What are people searching for? And then if you're smart, you're going to write a blog, especially if it's trending. You see the trending terms. Write a blog that speaks to that thing, and then inside that points them to where you want them to go. Like, here's a blog. Here's more information. Like, okay, so maybe talk about. You need to drink more water. You've got another blog that talks about all the benefits of drinking water. So you learn more how drinking water can help you. And then you get them to go from one blog to another blog. And now, oh my gosh, you've created all kinds of traffic for yourself. So Janet, you and I need to talk all the time.
I'm so glad she came up here, dude. You know,
these my people.
This made my day. Yeah, I'm excited to see you start getting in here and getting on some blogs. You know, I'm really looking forward to it because, like, you guys, I've been seeing her do other people's content for a while now, right? And like when Ira, when you're doing other people's content, you gotta play within what they want, their rules to their satisfaction, right? Yeah, it's gonna be cool to see what she does.
Come on, all right, Elizabeth. I believe you were on before Ryan, so you are next, my friend.
Okay, so my last
from the closet, everybody. She's coming from her
from my daughter's closet. Yes. So the two thoughts that I had, Clovis. Well, it's not. There's like a kid's bookshelf and books all. It's there, anyways. Okay. So one, we talked about earlier, don't advertise yourself as a master or guru if you're not, but you can always still, like, it is like I'm in full-time school just because I take so many online courses and classes. It is a turnoff when you see that somebody says they're like a guru or a master, and then you go and it's just like, this doesn't seem different or better. You just do it, just learn it, and then provide that value.
Here's my point on this. Sorry to interrupt you, but I'm a jerk face.
If
you're a storyteller, don't tell me that you're a storyteller. Tell me a story, right? Yeah, if you're a photographer, don't tell me you're a photographer. Take a freaking picture, right? If you're a
Absolutely.
branding expert, how come I had to read that on your profile to know who you were?
No, I love this.
Absolutely.
I can build your LinkedIn following, and they've got 17 followers.
Yeah,
Even
right.
these-
Yeah,
Or even
right.
the guy who's like, I can make you an influencer and I got 1 million followers. Let me tell you something. They can maybe make you an influencer for as long as they write your content or as long as they prop you up. But as soon as you stop paying them, you're going to be back to that same old, same old. And,
That's what I was going to
look,
say. Or
I
unless
was
you
a
pay them
ghostwriter
thousands of
for
dollars.
years on LinkedIn. I've been NFL football players. I've been movie stars. I've been high-level executives, right? Some of these people could barely spell their own name. But then I start writing blogs. They get 50,000 likes. And then they pay me for one reason or another. I'm like, I'm tired of doing this, right? So I fired all my clients. 6 months later, they're like, nobody's reading my blogs anymore. What'd you do to poison me? Are you gossiping behind me? And then I go look at their blog. I'm like, no, dude, now you're writing on a 3rd grade level.
Yeah.
100%. All right.
Absolutely.
Ryan.
And then wait, one last thing.
Okay.
One last thing
I
is
cut
the
her off.
deposits and withdrawals is, making sure that you're commenting and liking and reposting and all of that stuff. It is easy sometimes to be overwhelmed by it. But so this morning in that group that we have, I didn't log on until 5 hours after all of these posts were posted. It's just when you get on and you have time, then just do it then. It doesn't have to be your whole, you don't have to make it over.
Yeah.
I mean, we do know that,
Honestly, like,
first
who
15
even
months
keeps
No, I'm gonna
like,
tell-
checks
I'm
and
gonna tell
balances
you-
like that? You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you honestly, even better. You don't have to feel obligated to go back in time and read all those things and catch up.
No.
I mean, I just want to. I like to.
I'm gonna tell you though, as a healthy mindset, don't feel it's not a pot. You're not obligated. Here's how people should think about it. If I go to the ATM and I pull out $20, eventually I got to put the $20 back in. You know what I mean? Or the bank account will run dry. But if you're pulling out $20, so you're making a post like every 3 days,
Right.
you know what I mean? And you want everybody to comment on your post, and you need to, like, in those 3 days, hit everybody's post at least one time, and that's equity, right?
Right.
So if me or Mike, and I'm talking about Mike O'Connor here, who are posting 4 times, 5 times, 17,000 times a day, if we want you to come comment on all of our posts, we got to do some other things other than just make comments.
We'd
to
be
help.
creeps. That'd be a full-time job to try to keep
You know
up.
what I'm saying? I don't expect people to comment on
Absolutely.
every single one of my
Yeah.
posts. Now, if you do, I will love you 100%. I will love you for it. But my expectation is
You gotta be pragmatic and reasonable.
equity. Yeah, I can't expect you to freak out because honestly, you'll burn out. If you try to keep up with me, I'm just going to
Yeah,
tell you.
you're not gonna keep. And here's another
That
thing.
is the truth.
Ira and I move forward. Like, we do a lot of posts a day. If it's like 3 hours later, we may
I don't
not
even
even
look.
see the
I'm
new
not going
comment.
back.
We're not going to go back and read
I'm not
stuff.
going
People
back.
get mad, like, oh, I wrote this 8-page comment on your post from last Tuesday. I'm like, well, you should have saved your time and commented on my last post. Because, like,
I want you to post on my most current stuff.
I'm not even the same guy I was last Tuesday. You know what I mean?
It's true.
I mean,
All right.
absolutely. Like,
Well,
yeah.
hopefully that will help people with some anxiety, right? Because I don't want you guys to feel like, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. Like, jump in and get in where you fit in.
Yeah, I'm always
And just-
talking about
just try to
boundaries
be-
because, like, they should apply to everybody just the same. You know,
And
like,
try to be
I
fair.
don't have time to stress your shit. You know what I mean? Like, whatever you're stressing about is not my problem. I'm not gonna hand you my anxiety, so don't hand me yours.
I will tell you, I'm going to Utah for 3 days. I will not be present online nearly as much as I normally am, and I will not feel guilty about it one single iota.
Oh,
Right? And then right after that, it's back-to-back trips. I'm going to Florida right after that. Again, I'm going to be busy taking pictures. I'm going to be in my happy space doing things I really like to do. I'm not going to be as present on social media. And guess what? I'm not going to feel guilty about it. You know, it just
it is what it is.
you do what you can do. Now I will tell you this. You got a smartphone. You can make comments when you're sitting down. Like, you can't be talking to people you shouldn't be talking to when you're in the bathroom. But you can make comments. There are times you're standing in line, you know what I mean? There's times where everybody could make comments if they're being efficient with their time. So there is that too.
I mean, Ira and I do not shut it off. We do scroll and poop. We comment on the escalator.
100%. If I commented
if
on
we
your
don't
post,
have to drive, somebody else is driving, so we can make comments. Yeah, seriously.
yeah, we did that the other day. My wife, we went to the mall. My daughter's struggling. We took my daughter to the mall, and I had my wife drive, so I could do social media content and posting while she drove. And then while we were at the mall, I didn't have to be online. I was taking pictures and stuff. Okay. Anyways, Ryan, your turn, brother. Last final thoughts before we wrap this thing up.
You know what? Wow, this is awesome. I'm glad I stumbled across speed networking with Mike and Ira. You know what? I'm new to the business side of things, so I'm like a month in. I've been in fitness for 19 years, and I've never done. So I'm very new, so it's a little overwhelming, but I like it because I'm learning a lot. And I learned a lot just in this last hour with you guys. So I appreciate all the advice, and I appreciate the podcast. I'm looking forward to coming back and
check out Ryan's photos that I take here in the near future. Because
there you go, that too.
Hey, you gotta get a baby oil sponsor.
We're gonna do some things, and he's gonna help me lose some weight. I'm gonna help him look good on Instagram.
There we go.
I'm gonna build up a channel. All right,
thank you,
Asher Brenner.
Hey, Tana, I need to talk to Tana because me building my business and getting all working and eating lunch at like 4 o'clock and eating breakfast at 1 p.m. Yeah, Tana hit me up. Brian, hey, my head and my body used to match before COVID, so maybe we need to connect because I don't want to look like a blow pop sucker anymore. So I might talk to you. Elizabeth, I am glad that I could set the stage for the Clofus, but I don't yet have imaginary bugs to be grabbing at. So good job. That
they were flies, okay.
Dude, remember Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas? Mike knows the movie.
Yeah,
hey, freaking bats. Yeah, he knows. So, I just like the opportunity. I appreciate all that Ira and Mike and all you guys do. And again, I'm just a pink neck guy that just wants to build a huge army of people to go out there and make big things happen. And every time you comment on my silly Atari post or something silly, you're doing that because I'm starting to attract, and I'm starting to see it only 3 weeks. People coming to me, resharing things, and good people coming out and tagging me. Like when you see somebody like Red did, Mike, when you see somebody goofy who was like, hey, where the fun network can go. I don't care if you like my ass or not, blah, blah, blah. Red's like, hey, you got to meet Mike Asherbrenner. I'm like, yeah, he does. Like there's 5 of us on here. So it was cool. And then I got Red on my group, paid him back by bringing him some folks, tagging him in it. And again, I'm watching these people because those are folks I want to be with no matter if they buy my crap or not. Those are people I want to be in
real sees real. Good people see good people, and there's so much here's the thing, right? People don't understand about social media is whatever you put out there will come back. So if you're constantly a creep, I mean, you're not going to have a big following. You're not going to have opportunities, right? But if you're just consistently yourself, even if you're obtuse like me, people will eventually get to see your character. And if they see your character, that just opens all the doors in the world.
You can't fake authenticity, man. That's all
you really
I got.
can't.
Yeah, and this is why I hate the fake it till you make it.
The proof is in the pudding.
I hate when people say that. Like, what do you even? How could that be good? Faking it. I was giving advice to somebody about passion. Like even if you're good at something and you don't love it, it's okay. Look, we all got to pay the bills. I'm not saying quit your job and chase your dream of becoming a rock star. That's not what I'm saying.
Or open a social media site.
So please listen to me carefully when I say this. But if you can find a way to make a living doing what you love, that's awesome. You're going to find that. Look, I put in on a short day 12 hours. I never work less than 12 hours any day of the week. That's 7 days a week. That's why I'm so hard to beat at all this stuff. Because most of you, even if you know exactly what I do and you copy me, you won't put in the effort.
Yeah, I mean, nobody really works harder than we do. I mean,
you'll burn out. But part of the reason why I've been able to stay going 3 years straight is because I love this stuff, right? I found a way to do things. I love taking photos for a living, guys. I like making videos. If I make your logo, that makes me happy. If I'm building your website, I'm super cool. I even like SEO stuff. but not as much as the rest. But anyways, I do it because I have to do it, and I've paid other people to help me with that part, right? I've got a team. But here's the deal. If you're faking it, if you come across disinterested, or as even worse, as like you're phony, then people aren't stupid. When
They'll eventually get it.
You want to see passion come out of me? Talk to me about your marketing. Talk to me about your marketing and watch my face light up. I mean, we'll get into the weeds. We'll be into the minutia. Like, I could talk to Elizabeth and Tana all day long, 7 days a week, because that's what I get fueled up about. Mike and I
I
get
get
on the
feeling
phone.
you guys are making some cool videos together.
Almost always, either Mike or Ira has to say, "I got to go," and the other one's like, "Dang, we could have kept going. Like, we could be on the phone literally all the time." But sometimes I gotta go to the bathroom. But anyways, all right. My thing today is, Neil Patel, love you, but you're full of crap today, because organic content is not dead, bro. Organic content is alive and kicking if you treat people like people. You build a team that wants to play with you and help you, and you help them. But it's a two-way street. It has to be two ways. It has to be win, and you have to pay attention to that algorithm, because most people are not going to bookmark. I made a video on this. In fact, I've made several videos on this. If you are living by the feed, you're doing yourself a disservice. I have a much better way for you to get the content from your social media.
I don't know how anybody can keep up like that.
Bookmarks. Well, you can't. If you grow, you're going to have to learn. This is a growing pain. When you start getting over 10,000 followers on social media, if you want to keep up with specific people, you can't trust your feed, because you may not see their stuff for 2 weeks, and then they're going to think you ditched them. And that's why you lose your supporters, because you're counting on that feed to show you Mike O'Connor's posts or Tana's posts or Ryan's posts. No, what you want to do is bookmark their post activity and then just go that. So don't scroll the feed, scroll through your favorites. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch my videos, man. I will teach you how to do that and a lot more. But anyways, that's the time. Thank you for watching. For anybody interested, the Raiders are still losing, but it is a one.
It's been a great day.
That's not a great day. That is not. Hey, no, go Raiders. Come on, baby. And by the way, the Raiders should hire me to run their social media.
I just like the stripes.
Anyways, go ahead, Mike.
Hey, Ira.
Yeah.
All right, my internet's bad, so I'm just cutting all over the top of you. Hey, sometimes I post, hey, great share, buddy, because you all sometimes can be so daggum smart, it goes way over this redneck head, dude. So I don't do that just to be copping out, but like Mike said, it's good for the algorithm. So like, just boogity here,
I'm going to tell you all a secret, okay? If you haven't figured this out, shares on LinkedIn don't help you who share it. It helps the person that you share. So you don't really have to overthink what you would say in a share type post, but it will, like, it's the highest form of compliment. Anybody who shares any of my posts,
those are the people I start tagging.
Oh, I love those people.
Without a doubt. Those are the people that show up in my post.
But here's the thing. If you want to, let me teach you guys one more thing before we go. Okay. Now, here's an example. Sharing algorithm suppressor. That post is going to be seen by nobody. Okay. But you could do the same thing in a way that wins for you and wins for the person. You want to learn something? Here you go. I'm going to teach you all real fast. Remember these things called quotes, and you're giving somebody credit. So close quote and then said by Ryan Ellis, said by Tana, said by Mike. Okay. Here's what you do. Take that same content, copy the whole thing, create a new post. So you're not sharing, create a new post, and then put all of it in close quotes as seen by Mike O'Connor in his latest post, right?
100%.
Do that. Now your post will be seen by everybody like it's a brand new post, but you're still giving credit to the creator of the content, which actually will help them in the long run more, because more people saw it.
Where people get in trouble is when they forget the quote.
Don't forget to give credit where credit is due, or you will suffer the wrath of my followers or Mike's followers or anybody's followers, because they're going to see you as disingenuous. There was somebody who grew a huge network by stealing the content of several of my friends, and this happened back in 2018, so this isn't anything current.
I sent this guy an article. My article had 20,000 likes, okay, overnight. The next day, he sends me back the same article. It was my cover photo. He used my cover photo, took the same article word for word, right? My article just died overnight. And then I look at his article and it's got 160,000 likes.
Yeah, don't do stuff like that, guys. That's plagiarism.
I
But
was so mad.
give what's called
Yeah,
accreditation
virtual ass whooping.
to the person who was the thought leader or originator of the thought.
I almost went to Sweden.
This is how you can do win-win shares on LinkedIn. And Mike, you get more bang for your buck that way. So hopefully you guys follow what I just said, right?
Dude, that was gold. All right, thank you, buddy.
Don't hit the share button. You copy, you give credit, and now it's a new post.
One more thing too before we get off here too. You guys will see me and Ira, we seldom put our links and stuff in our posts. We put it in the comments. You know, we'll drop, hey, go join the Project Help You Grow group in the comment. And then the next comment will be go join the SPN group. And then it'll be like, go join that, Project Help You Grow site. Then it'll be go join the SPN site. We do that because those comments also feed the algorithm rather than hurt it.
Here's a nugget for you. Find the place where passion meets purpose and then back that up with the work ethic. This lady, Sabrina, is a rock star person. She's a little bit of an introvert, so you don't see her all over the place. But I'm telling you, if you're a business owner and you don't hire her, you're not as smart as you think you are.
I love the direct stuff.
Sabrina is an amazing person. She was an intern for me at Project Help You Grow. Love her to pieces. She's out of Florida, in case you're curious. Okay, we're going to go. Thank you, everybody. 2 hours and 16 minutes. The Raiders are still losing. I'm not in a good mood. Hopefully my mood will get better later today. Mike, I don't know that we'll be on next week, but if we are going to be, it will be Wednesday. So everybody pay attention on Wednesday because that's the only day I'm going to be home. The rest of the day I'm going to be traveling.
Safe travels, buddy.
Thank you, brother. And for all of you watching, have a great, happy weekend. And please, guys, do me a favor. We didn't talk about this at all on the show, but Martin Luther King Day is Monday. Like, it should be more than one day. That dream that he had, that's an important dream. We need to make that become a reality every day, not just on one day.
Well, now we have something to talk about on Wednesday.
Yeah, brother. Seriously. I went to Washington, D.C. That was the one thing that made me tear up. Actually, there was two things. The memorial wall for the vets, that made me tear up too. But the Martin Luther King Monument in Washington, D.C., if you've never been there, wow. It's awesome. Anyways. All right. I'm going to turn on the music and we're going to get out of here. See y'all later.
Imaginary flies.
BowmanDigitalMedia.com.
Well, Ira, I hope you have yourself some safe travels, dude.